That's right, everyone. Welcome back to the Fortnite World Cup studio, where we are so close to getting into the North American action on the east and the west side. I'm Golden Boy, but we have some other people that are going to be joining us in just a little bit. For now, though, let's actually dive into the schedule. And what you saw earlier on, we actually had to jump into the Oceanic, Asia, and Brazil matches. We just concluded Europe. And then we have NA East and NA West on the horizon. NA East coming up next. It's going to be very exciting stuff. And then, how does this whole thing work? The format, kind of a refresher for you if you're just joining us for the first time. So, 16th through 25th place will take 3 points. 6 through 15 will then accrue 5 points. 2 through 7 will accrue 7 points. And then the total that you can get for that top placement victory royale, 10 points total accrued. Each elimination is 1 whole point. Very important stuff, because these players are playing for $1 million total. A big amount of money, huge money for the world. But what's really about is going into the Fortnite World Cup final in New York City. And these players have qualified. Yeah, the money's great, but getting an opportunity to have a life-changing moment, that's even better. You can see these are the players that have qualified thus far. Congratulations. It's been a long, long journey, a long road up until this point. And I have to say, man, like it's kind of shocking that, you know, we're finally here. We have players who are actually qualified for the Fortnite World Cup. Can't believe it, man. We're finally getting to this point. But now, let's go ahead and introduce your casters for our upcoming game. We got Sundown and Monster D-Face. Fellas, I'm excited. NA East, this is a very competitive region. I'm looking forward to it. We got 6 spots up for grabs, and I know you guys have some opinions on who you think is going to be moving on.
So definitely a couple of opinions based a lot out of what we've seen yesterday and what we saw in the Blackheart Cup as well. So 6 spots. So I asked Monster, I'm like, hey, if you had to pick 3 and I had to pick 3, who would they be? So Monster, who's your first one?
So my top 3 to kind of put my bets on. Aspect, of course, that's a cheap one. You know, he did crazy yesterday. But yesterday I also talked about Hogman, who pulled through as well in the top 10. You know, he's got what it takes. And, you know, I'm also going to throw another one in there, Scented. I think Scented is another underdog who's got what it takes to come out. Who do you got 3? Your top 3 to make it through on this one?
So I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'll give you a hard 2. Eyes on Destroy, who popped off yesterday. I even tweeted out about it. I think he might be breaking kind of that glass ceiling of his potential, and if he can repeat the performance, I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the top 6. And then Vivid as well, somebody we've seen be very consistent, challenged up and clutched up a lot yesterday. And then in terms of me cheating a little bit, I think any of the RBK boys or any of the Bloom boys, those whole groups of players, RBK getting a house down in Florida, putting in a ton of effort, a ton of boot camping, and then the Bloom boys as well. But we're going to jump on into the match and take a look. I mean, we saw, I think it was 3 of the Bloom boys were in the top 10 for that one, and we're going to jump right on board with Mr. Aspect himself, the player for Sentinels, and we saw just how good he could be yesterday, Monster.
Yes, we did, and as we are doing that Ethereal Titan, we saw him yesterday. He was doing so well, but Aspect shut this game down. Back to the lobby he goes. NA East, this is so hype right here. This is so hype. Day 2 qualifiers, everything on the line right here. Can Aspect hold up the dominant performance from yesterday? We will find out today as these games develop here. And Sundown, he's off to the races. 5 eliminations.
He is off to the races. 5 eliminations, 41 players still remaining as that Circle 5 is closing in, about to start going through. Astonish also in here. Ooh. We saw that astonishing play he had yesterday with the Flintlock to get the victory out. He said, hey, you know, I wasn't too happy with that performance overall, though. We're going to do better, and we're going to go again tomorrow. And here he is already sitting on 2 elims as well, trying to find a player as that long rotation comes out for Circle 6 Monster back through Paradise Palms.
Yeah, he's got that heavy sniper looking to punch through this wall. Once this player in that box goes on offense, he is going to come through like a blazing bull. So it is up to him to recognize whether or not he wants to go on offense here. But break down this mountain for me, Sundown. There's a lot of movement that has to happen here.
Yeah, so luckily with this circle, there is enough ground on the side where the players will have to move
I
in.
said
This
it!
is what you talked
Just like
about.
that!
Nostradamus monster again. Basically, Gray, that's basically the look of your screen before you go back to lobby. Nothing left there. 36 players remaining. And also, if you guys are just joining us, welcome. This is the start of the Northeast portion of the first ever Fortnite Online Open qualifier for the World Cup. We've already seen 10 players qualify through. We will be getting a Brazilian qualification coming through as well in a little bit, but we're watching the start of NA East as Astonish is astonishing again, showing this backside of the circle rotation, picking up 2 quick elims, but can he get back inside the storm? 20
needs
HP,
another one.
10 HP, gets inside, just barely monster.
Oh man, but he still does have max shield here, so he will be okay. It is not the end of the road here. He cannot play with the storm line any longer though, so he's got to stay well ahead of it or pick up an elimination right now. Oh no, 18 effective HP right here. This is a close one.
If he gets sneezed on, that'll be it. The 1 extra second, but can he get the edit? No! Misses the edit, so despite the small storm change, but is safe inside that top 25, so getting the 3 first placement points from that first threshold as Golden Boy did run you down. We're going to jump back on board with Aspect as he is up to 7 elims, picking up Scott's tots there, and gets bonked right into the rift.
I don't think you ever see a launch into a rift, but that just happened right there. That's a new one. So, 7 eliminations. Oh man, Macwood. We saw Aspect and Macwood go toe-to-toe yesterday. Macwood, another just competitor on the scene for Team Complexity here.
And you do have Bolt's latest pickup, Eclipse on the ultimate low ground. Another player to keep an eye on. He can go on absolute tears as he does box up. Has 2 elims, 17 players left. 2 more need to go down before we hit that next threshold. It'll be an additional 2 placement points. You do see a number of ballers. Eclipse gets first at it, gets second at 104, trades out, but now on effective 9 HP. Did have a slurp running, but needs to be careful. Gets the minis off. No, only gets the 1, so needs to find it. Will he get it? Does convert onto Lotted, and then also picks up Colossus and Pinecone as well to push him into the top 12. That's massive. So a huge swing, 6 points from him there before Zay picks him up. Now we're into the top 10 monster with Aspect holding on to the high ground right now.
And he fought for that high ground, but he is still wary about Macwood, who is just up above. But it doesn't matter. Aspect wants to go for it. Tries to get the side hop. Doesn't quite get it. Macwood goes down with a heavy pump. Scar follow-up right there. Nicely done. It's 72 to headshot. Aspect is putting pressure down here with this legendary AR. He's got so much medium ammo here as well.
9 eliminations, already has 2 launch pads as well as 4 traps. So as that circle gets closer together, as it gets more narrow, and the players try to challenge up, you see Aspect rip away. 10 elims already getting close to the next placement threshold. Is going to start raining down shots onto the ballers. But if players do opt to rip or do opt to launch pad, he can just put down traps and cover that space. As you see him do right now, the player's coming down, covering himself, taking the shotgun shots, wanting to find it. Sees 2 other players up there, and here come more of the traps. He's going to start taking shots at those sitting ducks in the sky.
That's a good pump right there. Is he going to connect? He connects with another one. 11 eliminations. He has repeating performance right now. There are only 6 remaining.
That's what he's looking for. 1 more player going down, already guaranteeing 16 points in this match. There's a reason he is the favorite, trying to push into Polar Ruka's box, and he's going to do it. Pushing into somebody's box in the top 6. He says, I don't want just the placement. Top 5 now as Urget goes down to Trent, but Blunt trades him back. No, Blunt actually picks up both of them. So now you have Saza, bottom right, Aspect, your leader in the top right. Check the white. Saza able to pick up Blunt, but now gets the siphon, needs to get back into the storm. Aspect running the high ground, still pressuring onto Polar Ruka.
He wants to take this battle right here. He's got him against the wall. He does trade some damage, but this win is more important than getting this elimination. So he's going to retreat a little bit higher here just for some heals. These guys are both in 1 shot, though. This is Aspect's game. Can he jump down? He knows how much is riding on these eliminations. It made a big factor in yesterday's game.
It made a huge factor, and we've seen the difference of 1 or 2 points.
Here it is. Nice shot.
Ruka gets picked up, and now he's looking for the last one. He knows he has the HP advantage. The other player is looking to jump. Oh my God! Saza, you monster! You are the animal. Aspect going down there. Aspect getting too greedy for the last elimination and misses out on the 3 victory Real points, still taking home a great 19-point performance. But you have to feel bad. He could have just waited.
Worth it. But man, he knew he was in a storm. He was weak. He put it all on the table and just got hit with something vicious. Wow.
was trying to go for it all as we hop on board to the next match. Most eliminations sitting on Crumbs with 3. So generally that's what you tend to see, more towards a 3 or 4 average elim, with that being spread out, a lot of players on 2 or 3, with these circles being a lot denser. Also, if you guys are new to joining us, haven't been here in a while, we are jumping in from circle 5 onwards. So we skip the early game drops, skip the early game rotation. It is all action all the time, trying to highlight as many of these amazing players as they compete on the road to the Fortnite World Cup final in New York City. Just trying to get there, and we're in the NA East region, the first portion of it. Everyone trying to get their name up on that leaderboard, challenge for the top 6 spots, and their piece at the $1 million prize will spread out across all the regions. As a great shot from Schulten there, picks up Scorch.
That's right, and there's just so much action. Like we said, we're trying to get as many games as possible covered here. Boogie bombs, we've been seeing it all weekend long. These things will come in handy later on in the day as they are flushing players out of ballers. You have to be very careful. Splodes and ballers are the counter, or Splodes and boogies are a nice little counter. We see a little bit of Bizzle right there. Bizzle having a tough time on this format. Can he pull through today? He's got what it takes.
He does have what it takes. He has been we got Ninja.
A little bit of Ninja as well. This is a big lobby.
Golden Boy said it best. The competitiveness of Ninja to climb out yesterday, to put on such absurdly clutch performances when a lot of the other players spend so much more time focusing on the competitive aspect. For him to just take the decision making, we talk about how mechanics is only so much. The competitive decision making and mentality will get you so far. And he is here putting on a fantastic performance, hanging with the absolute best of the best, showing he's not just a streamer, but is one of the best Fortnite players and trying to contend for one of those qualifying spots.
Yeah, he's got the warrior spirit. He's got the competitive spirit. Scuff Nasty goes down with a nice little shot. It's going to be Ninja's first elim in this game. There are 40-plus players remaining. Zone 6. All of them are going to have to go on a rotation.
Yeah, so the one thing he does need to be aware of, lacking a shotgun there, so trying to pick up whatever he can there. And also, check out our Twitter, twitter.com/Fortnite game. We've been posting updates, tweeting some stuff out. Also, use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Who are you cheering on? What new qualifiers are you just checking out? Have you not heard of? What insane play are you most hyped about? Was it that triple bow that you saw early on? Was it some players' late game clutch to get it through? Was it Slaya's last minute 16 elim match? As you see, World's Best Gaming, Tyler 15, picking up a great elim there onto Reluct as we get, well, I want to say as we get close to that first threshold monster, but still 13 players need to go down.
Yeah, that's right. Placement is on the line here. Everyone's so close to Placement's door. E11 Hart looking to hop over. He's battling right now on the storm line. That's a crazy move to make right there. And Hesse trying to get up to the high ground. Ninja's still up, going for the high ground right now. There's a mountain in front of him. This is their, bane right now. You have to go over the mountains, the toughest rotations, the hardest ones to make are these mountains.
Yeah, it makes it that much harder. And we talked about how there's 38 players remaining, but the mountain providing a huge difference there. 26 players left. Nobody wants to be the last one down, but only 18 builds left. Plenty of shields, but again, no shotgun. So looking to either pick someone up or find some loot rotating. 25 players left as Schulten goes down the storm. So everyone getting at least the 3 points, and good pressure coming up with the shotgun pressure also coming back in. Needs to find space to use the shields as you have Hezi, and Forbidden takes him down there. Ninja still rotating down the low gun. Bizzle right next to Stay Lurkin as both of them are topping off on posts. Pots, trying to get whatever shields they can in there now, tracking the backside of the storm. We've talked about this rotation being difficult.
Here it is. No mistakes can be made here as the storm hurts so much. He is out of it, but he is really hurt. Only 3 tick left with the storm. There is players nearby. Can he get the shot? Or here he cannot get the siphon to survive that one right there. So he goes down. There's someone on the ultimate high ground. There are plenty of players still on the low here though. Bizzle also facing storm damage. Lots of storm damage there. This is really low here.
Yeah, right on the backside of it, trying to tunnel in and stay towards the side. Mason did get traded out right away as Ando goes down just inside the top 15. So everyone receiving at least the 5 placement points. You see blue tack. People only say, oh, he picked up 2 right there. So 2 elims for Bizzle. That is going to end up being a 9-point match, but he is sent down. The high rate of fire of that rare tactical shotgun coming in huge, allowing him to pick up another one before going down on the backside of the zone rotation. 2 ballers still in play, getting very safe rotations going through. Tyler picking up the RPG, though they have been chipped out. We talked about how if it ends up going through, the splash damage hits. He's looking to line up an RPG on these rotating players right now. Only has 12 builds left. You see the 3 ballers, which means those players are going to have a lot of mats left, but a great 180 from him there.
Nice shot right there as he is now feeling the form right here. Tyler 15 wants to go for this high ground. He has the RPG. Oh, there's actually no one up there. He does a quick little scout, and it's all his. He is clear to go. The tree now knocked, though. Canoe the Gamer right below him. He's looking to shoot him down. Tyler's going to land on top of Canoe right there.
Yep, Shu dropping down onto Mason. 6 players remaining, so one more player needs to go down for that last placement threshold, and then it's all about the Elims and the Victory Royales as the RPGs keep raining down from Tyler on the ultimate high ground. Still, one of those ballers rolling around relatively healthy as well, as the first RPG does impulse him out and is going to break through. Can't take more than one RPG with that change. No, he's going to stay in it.
No, I think what had happened there was a rocket came down. He recognized that he was about to go. So there's probably one, if not no ballers in play right here. And there it is, his little battle. Nice little shot. Can he follow up? He starts back to the
He needs one more. That player's so low. Gets the siphon now, only 84, but no more builds. But the other 2 players have been set up. No, there's still 5 players left as they're going back over a geyser. They need to be careful. You are going to get forced up onto it. He doesn't have any builds to get up there.
Find some builds. There it is. Can he get out? Put it down. He does. Okay, buys him a couple more opportunities. This is the difference. At least he's still in the game right now.
Yeah, but K2 Sauce is actually utilizing the baller and the grappler to not get reset by the geyser. We talked about how the geyser kind of takes everything and throws it up in the air. So Let's Bow Dry gets pushed down into the box, but Tyler picks it up. Now you have Keanu on ultimate high, but Tyler pressuring onto him right away, getting great shots. You have K2 Sauce in the lower right-hand corner, putting pressure onto Shu, JJ, and taking him out. It's a 1v1. K2 Sauce on the low ground. Tyler mid-tarp. Keanu on ultimate high, 1 level above a monster.
Yes, Tyler's got really good mat still as well, so he can effectively hold this mid-ground. But it's a battle up the mountain as Sauce is trying to break his way through. They're both going into the storm first. Keanu gets hit from the side here, loses the storm protection, and he goes down. Tyler 15 has the heal.
And he found
Great
it.
side
He found Sauce on the side. Sauce had just barely enough time to try and pop that medkit, but Tyler knew the player would be looking for it, got the siphon, and then got the Elim on top of it, saying, hey, I know you're healing. You hear us battling. It's fine. Utilizing that additional 50 health on elimination to capitalize out, and we're going to jump on board with Mr. Zexro. I know he tweeted out earlier that his arm hurt. Somebody who's been recovering from some wrist issues, been pushing himself, but playing here in the Fortnite online open qualifier, trying to qualify, trying to get through, as we see Jacoby sitting on the top Elim right now, but Zexro trying to challenge him. Jacoby was on 3, Zex picking one up there to move himself up to 3.
Yeah, so far so good. Hey, even with issues, Zexro is someone to look out for as he has a really good shot. So 3 eliminations for him. He's got a great loadout. Suppressed AR, he's loaded right here. Extra heals. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map here. E11 Anthony, who's got nice positioning on this zone right here. He is so close to the next zone, and he's got a super high positioning here.
Does have a great angle and is getting those peak windows that Bala is talking about. And great shot onto Bajenga 1. Well, you are falling all the way down there. Anthony picking up the first Elim, also holding on to those boogie bombs, so wanting to try and take advantage of some of those baller plays, or maybe people rotating for this geyser.
Yeah, you'll see this a lot as well when you hold these zones next to these geysers, and this is why, right? You get that free pad, if you want to call it that, free way to launch into anywhere on the map when these zones are moving like this. There's also a nice little crate right there, so that's going to be the next spoil of war for someone here on the map, as there are 39 players remaining into this moving zone. That's going to go to Zone 6 next.
Yeah, Zone 6, the next incoming one, and what he means by that moving zone, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, that white circle, how it's outside of the blue lines, that blue line indicating where the storm is moving to. So the 6th one will have us running all over, but the 5th is that overlapping one. So now it's to force the players to move, so we're not just hanging out all the time. And this is a super stacked lobby. You got Ghoul in here, Anthony as well, Nate, Hill, J-Mock over on the side, Chung, or J-Mock, sorry. Jaumak, not to be confused. Boxy in there as well, but now you see Anthony trying to find players through his edits, seeing whatever walls he owns, and if he can sneak up on someone, as you know, still 12 players need to go down before we hit the placement threshold.
Heavy AR, tough one to punch through walls with. It's such a slow fire rate. Most effective at higher and longer ranges. Let's see if he can get this right here, though. That's a big 40. That's a lot of damage. All he has to do is connect one more time, get thirsted, gets owned right there. And the solo pump shot right through the build before the ramp can come down. Jumping's gonna go down.
Great shot from there. Also going to upgrade his weaponry as well. And I'm not sure if he sees that rift too. If he can get to that, it would be huge. But also going to put him into the firing corner. Now we're going to jump on board with Liquid Gabe hanging out there. Has the boom bow, has the heavy sniper, also has the epic pump. So a lot of playmaking potential on his side.
Yep, but his health pool is not very nice. He can take pretty much one good pump to the chest and he is going to get dropped in this lobby right here. So he's got to find himself an elimination sometime soon. He's ahead of the zone here. This is the perfect place to do it. This is the time when you have the effective zone, you can hold players out. Here it is. So it's time to rotate. Oh, he heard a launch, but he tried to double back for it, didn't quite catch it. So he's going to use his own instead. Here he is. He is going all the way across. He's going for an Elam 136 with the follow-up to the backside, and that's going to get him up to a really good place to contest players. Now he can jump into players' boxes. He should be feeling really good here. He's also got the ultimate high ground as well.
Yeah, gonna pull out that boom bow. As you see, the mass migration of ballers happening on the one side of the circle. They're all trying to hang out together. A couple of them have been chipped out, but there's still 6 or 7 left. Everyone, again, trying to utilize those for the extra 200 HP shield. As the backside of the circle, here's where it's going. You have Bim looking to just rotate safely, hoping not to run into anyone as he sees a player underneath him knock out. 26 players left. Nobody wants to be gone before that. As Synops misses out on the first 3 placement points, we have the top 25 of the lobby. We're looking to see who can capitalize.
He jumped out to try and take him.
And not quite going to be able to convert, so going to lose. No, does get out with the baller, trying to get away. Baller gets broken. Will Bim be able to connect? No, gets walled out, needs to get back inside the zone and be careful. Luckily, only building through woods. Needs to connect on it, but instead gives him the good old pickaxe, doing his best. Thryfo and Snood impression to pick it up. Does Rift 1, 2 has 2 ticks left, so a little bit longer. It did, it really did. But now back on over. As you see, Liquid Gabe challenging for the high ground. A couple players still falling down, and about 6 ballers left on the low ground. Those should be falling out of play shortly with the narrower circles coming in.
All right, Liquid Gabe still in this, guy, still at the very top. So we'll see what kind of develops up there. Now take a look at some of this baller action right here. Notice that these guys are not at max builds either. They're still doing relatively okay. Mirren FNTV here with 75 builds. Trying to hide over here behind the builds now. Using whatever they can to try and get as many points closer to qualifying. Anything for placement here. You got to do what you got to do. Can he find a perfect opportunity to take high ground here? There's a lot of ball. This is actually one of the few games we've seen this many in play here. So this is going to turn out to be a weird one for some of these players. As he finds him trying to heal here, Skooma, unfortunately, you cannot hide around these ballers. They will take advantage and pick you off.
And that's a huge advantage. Also, you're able to drop out, get shot priority on somebody else, taking action, and then roll back on over those supplies. So now you see the players getting forced out, opting to trade out towards others. But you see, unfortunately, Mirren blasting his own baller. Can he find it? Picks up Pierre right there, the player for Soar. Now getting closer to top 5. 7 players left still here. At least one baller wrapping around, using that grappler to try and get as much high ground. But Mirren is using the cone peak to try and find his next target. So break it down for us here, Monster.
Yeah, it worked out really well. He did have the zone ahead of him. Nate Hill's going to take a little bit of fall down damage here. Bim still holding us super high. No Life and Liber looking to go toe-to-toe here. Shotang! We've seen some Shotang in the past. Shotang unfortunately found himself at the lowermost level. And this is a weird kind of crevice here on the mountain. This is going to be a tough one. I think he's out of mats down there or something.
Yeah, it's really awkward, but he was able to pick up the Nate Hill Elim. So getting that did keep his siphon in, got cracked back out, but was able to get in the circle. There's 6 players left, so he's just trying to find whatever space he can, hopefully pop a couple minis, maybe not get owned on an edit wall play, but Mirren is looking to find whatever he can as he has to break through these builds. Now we're going kind of back out into the open. These players have to be forced into each other shortly. There's not enough room, and bang, Mirren finds it onto Shotang, gets the top 5 right as No Life picks up Liber as well. 4 players left. Everyone's sitting on at least the 7 placement points plus their eliminations. It's all about the victory royale plus their elims now, as you have Kid Clark and Mirren going at it on the low ground.
Holding him out the zone, but he sneaks back around. Here it is. It's going toe-to-toe. Mirror's been so defensive all this time, and it's going to not pay off this time around. He is going to eat one to the face. Kid Clark has so much more health than Bim, who's at the top here. Bim's got to make a move. He's only got a couple of things in his inventory you can see over on the upper right-hand screen here.
Yo, he's going to go for a jump one shot, and didn't have it. I was going to say his only possible option there is to go out for a jump one shot, headshot. Doesn't have any RPG, still wouldn't have been enough to get through Kid Clark. He did go for it, but Clark breaking it down. Honestly, that edit play in such a close quarters won him the match.
Yes.
Brilliantly played.
All right, now hopping into our next game here. Don't forget, guys, we are jumping straight into the action. You'll see players like King Trig already on a rampage this game here with 7 eliminations. We're catching as much action as we can from as many of the Fortnite World Qualifier games as we can, because these players are, in a high-stakes environment right now. This is Fortnite Worlds on the line here.
It is. They're all vying for a spot at the Fortnite World Cup Finals in New York City on July 26th to the 28th. Now, if you are just joining us, this is the NA East portion of the competition. So we'll be qualifying through 6 players from here. We've already seen 10 players qualify from the other regions. We'll have 19 qualified total today. And how do these qualifiers work, you ask? Well, they are fully open. First, you need to play in the arena mode and get up to the Champion League. Once you're above that 300-point threshold, that unlocks the Saturday portion or the semifinals for each one of these online opens. We alternate back and forth between solos and duos. As you see Bizbo pick up a great elimination there onto Trajectory. So this is our week number 1, and then this is the finals portion. So after that semifinal portion for Champion League and above, we take the top 3,000 solo players or 1,500 duos, and then they battle it out for their chance at a piece of the $1 million prize pool and to qualify onto the stage in New York City.
That's right. There's a lot on the line here. Okay, Creo, a little bit of Creo action here. He's in a baller. He's nearby. He's got about 2 eliminations to his name. A little bit of trap. Big loadout right here. Rocket launcher can come in handy. Nice little tracking right there. He's going to flick over to the left-hand side and just beam that player before he can even react. RPG follow-up comes through, and he doesn't even see it. He builds right into it. Nice shot for Creo. Picks up 2 quick elims right there.
Yeah, trying to find even more. We talk about that backside of the circle rotation. He's trying to punish it, but Stink's now coming in towards him, trying to get inside the baller. Needs to edit correctly. Can't find it. Gonna take way too much damage. You could have just edited it out at this point, but nope. Just gonna take all of the Stink damage instead. Trying to hop in the baller for that protective shield, but not going to quite make it, as you have Assault on the low ground. We have Voyo on the ultimate low on the far side of the circle, just trying to get whatever space he can. Looks like he's trying to either set up an edit play or a rotation as he gets sprayed in the back, Monster.
Yeah, he did manage to pop a bandage as we were tuning in there. This is his last 2 builds here, his last mini. He is in shambles. All he can do now is hope to get a big elimination here on the players that were pressuring him in the past. He has to go into the storm for this one, and I don't blame him, because that's 2 big eliminations right there, and he's back in this game with some materials.
Huge right there for Voyo. We've talked about it before. Can he find another? Yes, finds the 3rd onto Shu. JJ now inside the top 25 as well. So all of a sudden, that's a 6-point swing for Voyo on the backside of the circle. We talk about it. If you're ready to fight and the other players just want to rotate, even running into the storm to make a play to then run back out. Brilliantly done from him there. And honestly, it puts him in a great spot to go even further into this game. And that's what you're going to need on this stage.
Absolutely. 0 to hero right there in just a couple of quick eliminations. You can see how fast things can turn and go into the favor of these pro competitive players. So Voyo is now back in this. He is on the hunt. He can box dive anyone he needs to. Cowboy gets absolutely demolished by a big pump to the face right there.
Yeehaw, more like yeet-haw right there. Cowboy back to lobby outside of the top 15 as well. So one more player needs to go down there, and that is a brilliant run by Voyo. But you also have Zay in the match, Innocence in the match, Creo in the match, V-Raptor in the match. These are all players we've seen before on one stage or another, all capable. Tyler 15.
Tyler 15
this lobby is stacked. Everyone now top 15 in there. Not Tyler 15, top 15. 5 points as Zay goes down to Zia, taking him out there, saying you can check me out. As you're going back to the lobby, you can queue up for the next match. But Voyo picks up Creo, no problem on the flank there. Can he get another great 180? Does he find it? Picks up K2 Sauce as well. That was just sick.
Absolutely nasty flick right there, and big chunky shots, not landing anything less than 100 so far. Voyal is on a tear here. Dubs FN still alive, holding his defense here. Ghost Innocence has a baller. So there's a couple more balls. This is one of those end games where these guys are just making it all the way through, and there's a mountain in front of all these players. Can Voyal make it up to the top here?
Yeah, this is going to get a little awkward, but he does also have an RPG. But you see the 5 ballers up on that high ground, really utilizing the amount of mobility and utility that comes with it, using the shield that's there. And then also the fact, because we've been going over mountains so much and we are on the western side of the map, there is a higher density of ballers available. And additionally, all the players who would generally be shooting back at these are stuck having to rotate and build up for the high ground. So all these ballers are able to just utilize what is essentially free reign to keep their builds, keep the extra shields, not get traded out, and not get challenged. As you see Voyal trying to knock down the player on ultimate high,
that's
does
one.
send him down.
This is good rocket launcher territory right here. There's no way you're going to get off of this build unless you got some kind of redeploy system or something here. Here's the rocket that's going to define the drop. And someone jumps out the baller. Voyal had that. Someone actually contesting for a small bit there. Now it's Dubs FN. Hits a quick triple 90 straight up. And suddenly he's right under A Philly.
Yeah, and Voyal trying to 90 his way up, utilizing those quick building 90-degree turns. You do have Innocence, ball almost broken. 9 builds left, slightly odd considering he has been rolling around a decent amount there. You do have Zia now falling through it as soon as these players do lose their ballers, being forced to rotate with their natural builds, unable to get back up the side as Innocence punish everyone there, picking up 2, no problem. So now it is a ghost affair with Voyal trying to break it up. Assault on the high ground, Innocence on the mid-tarp. Voyal coming up from ultimate low, picks a shot on Innocence as he drops down, and will he be able to convert all the way on? No, Innocence got him back. Now it is just Ghost v Ghost for the 1v1.
Can he get this fall right here? Ghost of Saw is holding on his turbo build. Innocence is walking off the mountain. He doesn't quite understand yet, and he's even lower now. Can he build back up? Can he just buy himself a little opportunity? And he cannot, unfortunately. He goes on offense instead. Ghost of Saw just holds out. He holds out in the high ground.
Holds out on the high ground, but they both taking home 12 points total, one for the 2 elims and the 10 points from the placement, the other one sitting on 5 elims with the 7 placements. Massive games from 2 of the Ghost Controller Gang players, and who better to talk about the Controller Gang than Mr. Golden Boy himself?
That's right. Yes, I like that one. That's a good one. We had a little ghost clash there, but welcome back, everyone. We just saw some crazy matches from North American East to guide us through some of that. Come with me over here.
To the wall.
To the wall. Nah, we got Balla over here. All right, Balla. What do you have for me? What were some of the clips that you were looking at as all these games were unfolding?
This is one I really like from Eclipse. He realizes he's low HP and he immediately goes on the hunt because he needs that HP. But it is a situation of biting off a little bit more than you can chew, unfortunately for Eclipse. This could have been one of those moments where we're like, oh, this is the pop-off game.
Like
but
a hero maker moment.
Exactly. And then Aspect, watch how he actually blocks off this wall. He's expecting what to do. He knows he wants to go that way, but because he places that wall, he forces him that way. Unfortunately, the trade doesn't go his way, but he's going to be able to use his resource because he's high ground. He's going to be able to use his HP resources. Nobody's going to be able to challenge. He's going to continue his tarp, and then as this player finally decides he wants to challenge again, Aspect is going to be ready for it. He's going to be ready and waiting. There, it blocks him with the little floor, builds up a little bit more, and then the nice pump shotgun comes in, boom, right through the storm. Good awareness and good eye, but unfortunately he goes a little bit too fast, a little bit too confident, and nice shot there by Saza takes him out. That's Aspect that he took out. That's crazy. And here, Tyler 15. This is an example of not being afraid of the zone, Golden Boy. Watch how he goes out. He gets blocked, and then he goes another direction. Look how long he's staying out here. And guess what? This is what's going to win him the game and put him up on the leaderboard. 1 elim, and then another elim. Guess what? That's 5 points right there because he got the Victory Royale and both of those elims. And then this is a fun one. Bim Jobs landing on high ground. Okay. He's happy. He's like, oh, I got high ground. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Hey guys, look at me. I'm in the high ground here. This is a great spot.
Then he gets reset, unfortunately, as he takes the small shield potions there.
Oh, man, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm here on the high ground. I'm chilling out, living my best life in the tree. That's it right there. That's the saving grace.
Yeah.
That's the Golden Boy play. Are you kidding me? Get into the tree and hide and then just pray.
That's the opportunist in Bim Jobs here. Call him Bim Jobs of the jungle. as he actually used this tree all the way from like top 7 or top
as
8
he
or something
should.
like that and went to top 2. And that's a huge moment for him. He's going to get, what is that? That's a bunch of placement points right there. That's solid.
That is. And I just want to say, like, when in doubt, jump in the tree, dog. That's it. That's it. Jump in the tree. Well, thank you so much, Bala, for that. Some great matchups that we've seen thus far, but it's time to get right back into the island. We got Sundown and Monster Deep Face on the mic.
Thank you so much, guys, and I completely agree with you there. All about jumping in a tree when necessary. Actually, fun fact, I put this on Twitter the other day, as Shaz shows Django a fun fact. It's his back to lobby screen. My other primary account, or the first other account I made in season 1, is called Treetop Pleb.
Hey.
So I've hung out in the trees before. Used to build your way up there, break it down, shoot it down with one of those early silence weapons, or just make sure no one was around, and try and take advantage. But if you guys are just joining us, we're jumping on in to NA East. We'll have 6 players qualifying for the Fortnite World Cup Finals. They're also competing for their chance at a piece of the $1 million prize pool that we're giving out across each region. For some more info on that, you can check out Fortnite.com/World Cup. As Shaz is showing off some rifling skills here, Monster.
Yeah, Shaz already picked up a couple long-range elims. It feels good, right, when you're on that nice hold and you're picking players off on the edge of the storm lines. Another polar peak ending here. We're somewhere in the snowlands, just outside of Shifty Shafts. It's going to be a weird one as the zone starts to rotate over. Let's go ahead and hop over to the other side of the mountain here, though, as Cluster is in a cluster because Black Epps is nearby. Epps is trying to see if he can find a shot here. He's on the hunt, using those little brick, little spaces in the brick to go on and get some peeks out. There's a lot of explodes coming in here.
Yeah, we talk about the advantage of the grenade launcher, just being able to kind of dump 6 grenades towards the location, hopefully sneak one in, and you see Black Epps trying to just disengage from that situation, saying, I want nothing to do with that. Using his launch pad, does still have a rift, so not going to worry about that too much, but also, we're by another mountain monster.
Yeah, but he's okay because he'll be able to reset or refresh himself on all these builds here. He can go ahead and just recycle, so he's going to be in a good position. And now we see more AR downrange. He needs one more shot on that player right there. Ballistic's going to get picked up by Blake right here. And another one. RBK Steens is going to get taken out here. Sorry for the RBK boys on that one.
Yeah, brilliant there from, we're going to call him Blake PS. We'll go with that. Blake PS picking that one up. You can see the rifling skills there on that backside. And again, if we ever mispronunciate your name, please
let us
tweet
know.
at us. We want to correct that. We want to give you guys those moments, give you guys those highlights, because all the players here have worked so hard, grinded so hard to get to this moment, to try and get a chance for a little bit of that prize pool, or ultimately get to that stage in New York City. We've already seen 10 players qualify through. It has been absolutely incredible. We'll have 6 more joining us from NA East, 19 total on the day. We'll have 2 more from NA West after this as well. And I mean, it's been so close on all of those.
It's been very good across the region. I mean, especially when you get down to those bottom contenders at the lower totem pole of who's making it through. So every single game matters. Every placement matters. Oh, someone just caught slipping right there. Couple shots right there, but Jackie Ski does a good job of not overcommitting, right? If it, recognize that there is a lot of danger in the area. So the caution on the peaks, the caution here.
Yeah, just trying to find whatever he can, realizing he is safe enough in terms of his location where he doesn't have to worry about too much about being traded out, as long as he's not taking more than 2 or 3 shots. Now covering a ramp on the side where he would be vulnerable from trying to find these players as they rotate through. Again, good rifle shots coming out from Jack. He does pick up the elim right there, trying to find another player as he comes through, and you can see on the backside of that circle, just trying to maintain high ground. And now Rift's going off. There's the community utility we talked about. Launchpad and Rift to goes. The second you hear that utility, everyone heading down towards it. 31 players remaining, trying to get to that first top 25 threshold for 3 points. Top 15 nets you an additional 2. Top 5 is 2 more, and victory route is 1 point. So 10 total placement points up for grabs.
Now take a look at Chandler. Uses the zip line. Jeez, brain fart right there. The zip line to cancel the launch animation so that he can get to the ground faster and start putting these shots down on enemies nearby. That's how you minimize the threats in your area as you are in the air. Vapor is going to go down there. Chandler, that's his first elim. That's big for him right now because that's going to put him in placement contention now. He's got himself a couple more points here this game.
Is absolutely huge for him there. Now you're talking about sitting on those 4 points. Can he find another? Unfortunately, missing the first shot, but following it up with a great weapon swap there. Will he opt to grab that boom bow as we get into these super close quarter situation? Owl picking up Diamond on that high ground, is still covering himself, which indicates to me there's a player above him. You do see one baller hanging out on the low ground, so not.
Now that's a community launch pad if I ever seen one. About 10 players jumped off of that bad boy here, so whoever's on ground rotation is actually going to work out for them because all these players are in the air and now they're landing on one another. Josh Third Parties is underneath his cone right now, just trying to buy himself a little bit of opportunity. Okay, he's now back on the hunt here. There's a player nearby. He does have the zone though. He is okay right now.
Yeah, Birdie actually picking up 2 different elims there. You see him running around on the backside of the circle. We've talked about it so many times. That's a power position because if you're ready to fight and the other players aren't, they're generally just looking to get inside that safe zone, get inside the white circle so you're not taking damage from the tick. As you see now, Josh putting in the trap, and then he edits the stare in the way, but now he's not
holding him. He is just holding him.
Great work trying to see what he can do there, keeping him pinned in there, gets the edit back, and then forces him to walk close enough. Posick getting pulled around like a puppet on a string by Josh. That wasn't a third party, that was a straight 1v1, and he made one of the better players in NA look silly.
That was a really, really effective trap right there if I've ever seen one. And then just to hold him in right there. That was borderline mean, if I'm being honest. All right, so here he goes. Josh Third Parties recognizes he does not want to battle that high up. He goes down just a little bit more. He's going to land a big shot right there. Nice 82 with the pump. Is he going to stay here and take this battle? Is he going to finish this battle?
Will he be able to follow it up? Now swapping to the minigun. The super high rate of fire, really able to punch through the builds, and he picks up LXRY Cherry D. Josh doing a great job here. No third parties, just straight up domination. 6 players remaining. He's looking to find it as he's traveling down this tarp. Picks up Owl again on the backside into the top 5 now. Now, I know his eliminations aren't keeping up. He's on at least 4 right now, and also the 7 placement points. But we have Jackie Ski on ultimate high, Minatrix, Bluff, and Josh all on a very good grade.
He fell down but gets caught in the rip. That's going to keep him alive essentially here as he is going back in the air there. Almost a fatal error, but he has very long materials. Maybe this could have worked out. Nice little jump off the tree branch, and look how Jackie breaks the builds down because it wasn't very supported. Nicely done there. He's still in this to win it.
Yeah, and now Josh knocks down Jackie Ski, but Bluff had just opted, you know what, I'm going to pop my parachute super early and then try to retake high ground. Jackie doesn't hear him, does not hear him come down. Will he be able to pick it up? No, Bluff gets knocked back down. Jackie desperately trying to get back in. You have Jackie in the top right, Josh in the bottom right, Bluff on the middle tarp. Jackie working his way down, utilizing the tree to not take the fall damage, clipping against it. If you do hit something else, it resets your elevation check, as we saw before. Now Josh picking it up on the Bluff, does get the elimination and the siphon, but now Jackie has Rain of Fire onto him. Gets some builds, only has 2.
Shot. Can he do it? He goes down for the pump. Too much fall damage. Josh Third Parties wins that end game engagement. That was a crazy game for Josh. I can only imagine from his perspective what it was like.
And that was at least a 6 or 7. I think it might have been 8 eliminations coming through right there. That was huge. I mean, I could not have imagined a better result from him there, but we're going to jump right on in to that next match. We have Symphony, SKT Physical. You have Evade Eagle sitting on there on 4 elim. Wait. Sorry, I'm hearing in my ear right now. No, we talked about it earlier today. We've seen 10 players already qualified through. Brazil is just now finishing up. We have their leaderboard. We're ready to qualify another player into the Fortnite World Cup final. Golden Boy, what do you have for us?
Thank you so much, fellas. Yes, we have the results. They are in. Ladies and gentlemen, your player that will be joining the other players from the different regions around the world representing the Brazil region is Nyx. Congratulations to WCM Nyx. I believe their hashtag is GoW7M. So congratulations to you, my friend. You're going to be joining us in New York City for the Fortnite World Cup final. Here you go. Going to be joining names such as Slaya, Faxfox, Benji Fish, Stompy. Big names here and more to be added, because now we got to get back into the action for NAE. So let's send it back over to Sundown and Monster.
What I like to see right there. Thank you, Golden. And another one joins to the World Cup final stage. Let's go, man. It's got to be such a rewarding feeling to know that you are the best player in your region on this weekend qualifiers. It's crazy.
And also, huge shout out. I know Bala in particular had been talking up Nix. He was on one of our players to watch, popping off in the elimination and taking home. It's so difficult, particularly in a region like Brazil, all of South America playing in that. It's not just Brazil, Argentina in there as well. You have Chilean players, players from Venezuela, everyone trying to challenge and get a piece, and to be able to be that consistent, not only in the victory rounds, right? It's got to feel good, particularly getting in that week one and knowing you've cemented your spot at that final in New York as Nelpy. Whew, that one stank, but in the best of ways.
Yes, he did indeed. He's going to go ahead and just say, you know what, I'm going to jump back down, go to pick up some of these spoils of war here because he earned it. Nicely done there. And he's still got this rift, the launch pad to get on out of here. So after he collects all of that, he goes out, but not before taking a chunky 70 damage on the rift, the launch pad player right there. Oh, and that's another one.
That's one of the disadvantages of using those recycled utilities. Some other players are generally hanging out by them, trying to punish you, either setting down one of those new poison dart traps or having a spike trap or having a pump in an edit, waiting, knowing you want to utilize it to see whatever you can. You have Boof directly underneath Symphony. Symphony in a little bit of trouble here. Boof trying to find whatever spot he can, trying to edit through, knowing he owns these walls, but needs to be careful because that storm is at his back, and as soon as it closes, it's going to be a 10 tick, but edits his way into Physical's box and takes that one.
And he's still on it. I mean, he's still going on the offense here, even with the zone just now coming out of all that pressure. It is all good. He is back in this game here. And now to make the decision what to drop here, he's going over the AR. Okay, so he does not want the RPG, not just yet. Maybe he's debating. Yep, there it is.
Well, I think grabbing the RPG is safe for now.
It is safe because he's in the bottom.
Well, he's at the bottom, and they're going down the mountain. So the fact that you're not going to have to worry about that, because he's near the low side of that rotation already, he doesn't have to worry about jumping off and getting pressured in that aspect. He can just rotate out and then turn back with the RPG. You see Miho picking up an Elan there. And
tactical.
Again, so good. Not necessarily talking about the tack right there, but the cone play to come out. We talk about how the best players in solos, we've seen them innovating in these mid-ground tarps to hide themselves in the cones to make it that much more difficult to know as Sens picks up Simo. Now, 4 players need to go down before we hit that first placement threshold of 25 points, or 25 players remaining, where you get 3 points, and then top 15 is 2 more points, right?
That's right. You get 2 more points and a few more if you can get that victory royale, which obviously you want to battle out for. Boogie Bomb comes down. This is 2-for-1 special right here. Lines up the headshot, gets it right there. Base Chris goes down. He leaves the other in the storm. It doesn't even matter anymore. That's a small one in its own. Nelpy is back in his game. Last we saw him, he had just barely 50 shield and 8 health. Now he's at 90-48 with the full loadout.
And inside the top 22, have 2 ballers remaining in Miho and Ambition. Sheep's in there as well, but all have been chipped out. Any explodes on them will tick through as Miho then abandons his. We're just all rotating with whatever we have in our utility. No more vehicles left here. Boof on that mid-ground, looking to find the players towards the backside of the circle. You see everyone finding the rotation, sneaks the RPG in there. Armani going down, Flying Moo also going down as we're into the top 20.
Nice one for Boof right there. He's going to pick it up. 4 shots left in a rocket launcher here, but he is all good. He's going to go on and lower himself here. He's not doing so hot on materials. This is why you see him choosing to kind of go to this low ground and look for a box battle right now.
Yeah, and you also have Webs on the backside of the circle rotation right now in between Departures and Boost. One of the latest signings for Ghost, but an absolute young lord as well. But we're going to check that high ground right now with Valspar as he challenges onto Sheep. Ambitions picking up Frosties and Boof on the low ground.
No.
Valspar does pick up the Elam, but also getting ticked by Sheep's poison trap, so needs to be careful. Is going to be dropped to 20 effective HP there in terms of his raw health. Does have 60 shields though, so has to be careful. Picking up Drizzy there,
because that's another 50 shot. And there's a player nearby. He just missed it. Lucky for him, though, he's not nearby any edits. He's going to put a little bit of distance between himself here. Out goes the dynamite. Time to get this utility out. This is a lot earlier than Hogman would have normally used it, but I think Hogman would approve because the explosions are causing a lot of issues down in the bottom layer.
The explosions will wreak havoc on the low ground. They do a ton of AoE disruption to those builds. Now you can see Webs kind of posted up. Valspar on there down, but again, more dynamite going out as you have Dilton and Rigoffs trying to find whatever space they can there.
So here we are, just more action, and more action as Rigovs is looking to jump down and maybe use his heavy sniper here. One player does fall down. He is going to go into the box with them. Ghost Web is going to go down here. Rigovs, that's the second elimination. He is now fully back in this game here.
Yes, he is. Top 5 going in there. But also, I just want to inform you guys that we did fly that last winner for Brazil a little bit early. We will be doing a correction. That is our fault. The reasoning for that is these replays and the scorings need to wait until all the matches resolve. As you see, Rigovs pick up Saint. That means a couple of matches probably came in, which means at least a lot of hype and a last-minute decision coming through. But wanted to apologize for that. We will get the correct one out as soon as we finish this match up. You can see Sparebow trying to get through. Everyone working back to the builds, but if they don't own it, it's so difficult since everyone is building with metal and brick. As the player does go down, Rigovs no longer left as we get into the top 3.
Walsper is desperately trying to bandage here, and it doesn't matter because he does get hit again here. Reliable jumps down. He gives up his most dominant position because he hears the shots going down. Can he break this in time and get this one pump? They're both in contention for a one pump here. Who's going to land the big shot first? They do not own any of these walls.
No, don't own any of the walls. Valspar just trying to get through.
Oh,
does not
he waits
have,
for a little too long.
Didn't have any more room. Was hoping the player would come through and challenge, but you got to be a little more proactive there. Mad reliable indeed. 13 points, walking away with the victory round there and the 3 eliminations. And that's a pretty nice dinosaur going up and over the side of that. I mean, a big fossil structure going through there. I mean, just competitive Fortnite blows my mind sometimes, Monster.
Yeah, it's definitely very impressive. I'm usually in awe watching these guys here, and I don't get enough of it. That's a fact. Here, hopping over to the next map. A little bit of Colin frags in this lobby. Nice. Good to see Colin here. Looks like we're jumping into Balloon, who's, oh man, double explode.
Double explodes, a ton of pressure that can come out from that. You're able to put down the 6 grenade launchers plus the targeted RPG, and if you can time it right, it's very difficult unless you're kind of turbo build coning over yourself. Even then, it's really easy to slip in between that. You can see now going to edit out, try to utilize the baller as so many of those grapplers come through, and players aren't really trading shots out towards it right now.
Fortnite World Cup qualifiers. Do you have what it takes to make it to this final setting? Balloon's now in the middle stage. Here, he's going to get somewhat targeted. Turns that pressure right back around with a rocket launcher to E11 General, saying, hey, you slow down those shots now. You give me some room here. Respect is demanded as Splats on Native goes boom from the rocket. SMG follow-up. That was crazy, Sundown.
Yeah, utilizing that rare suppressed SMG, which actually has the best pressure against the wall for a weapon that isn't the Flintlock or a heavy sniper, slightly more effective than the legendary and epic compact SMG. So able to weave it in there with the RPG. You see TomDez utilizing the launch pad, but making sure it's trying to use it late, but 2 other players following up on it and heading directly towards that geyser. Now he needs to be careful, knowing that players like to hang out by the geyser. And you see how he didn't actually ramp up directly on top of somebody else. He ramped one section over from it, but now he's going to get stinked out and forced to build up a little more.
Ooh, a little bit of reverse Suke in here as well. This lobby is loaded with talent. Aragon, another OG to the Fortnite competitive community. TomDez, good shot right there. Get him a little headshot. He's now looking on the peak. Brick is really good for doing these ghost peeks through the brick.
Yeah, trying to find whatever shots you can find and locate where another opponent is. TomDez has a ton of shields, so can afford to take a decent amount of chip, but would also really use a Siphon down about 40 effective HPS trajectory. Picks up White Hat. 39 players remaining, and great shots from TomDez, picking up Eco, who had his entire side exposed.
Yes, he did. And it looks like TomDez is one of the focus points here because he is so close to the geyser. They just not letting him breathe. I'm pretty sure it's the same player who's been tossing stinkers, and now RPG fire down from above. He's going to have a tough rotation getting out of there. These players are looking to focus him, but hopping on over to the eastern side of the zone here.
Yeah, now moving over to the eastern side, there is a lot of those geysers, so expect players to have a little bit more in terms of utility for the late game. You can see the P-God right now, or THP God, utilizing his rift, popping himself skyward and popping the early parachute, just to say, hey, you guys got to rotate. I'll hang out safe up here for now. 37 players left. Do not forget placement points go as follows. Top 25 grants you 3 points. If you get inside top 15, it's an additional 2. Inside of top 5 is 2 more for 7 cumulative. And then the Victor Royale gets 3 additional points for 10 total possible placement points. And then each elimination is 1 point. So still 10 more players have to go down here before we even get into that first round of points.
Yep, and THP God takes another out the air. That's going to be Psycho going down. That player is just 1 shot. He is definitely tracking him. Irregular gets taken out of the air as well. That's 2 for 1 right there. THP God is in this game here. We just saw him rip to the highest point in the map, and now he's on foot rotation. He's got 6 impulses. That's pretty crazy as well. Interesting to see how he's going to put those into use in just a little bit here.
25 players remaining. Now General going down just inside of it. And now look, you have Demo utilizing the launch pad, about to go challenge. Saf also popping his own launch pad. This is a very much so stacked lobby here. You have King Trick. We saw him putting up a bunch of elims earlier. You have Bugga dropping in, and he picks up Shades as well. A great elimination from him. The recent signing from Sentinels. We've seen Bugga all over the place. If you haven't seen him before, check him out. A high elimination Slayer, makes it into all of these end games and trying to challenge for a spot on top of that ladder. 16 players left. Needs 1 more to go down. Finds a launch pad as you have Demo tunneling in. Honestly, one of the most well-known tunnelers. Him and Bizzle, the big advocates for how to rotate like that. A lot of players copying after. Reverse, trying to find this player on the backside of the circle. Can he convert, Monster?
Oh no, he's going to get held out to the storm. He only has 1 build. He's being super cautious with that build, trying to recycle as much as possible. As he is storm coasting here, he still hasn't quite gotten the one yet. Ghost Saf goes down, but Reverse follows up with a big shot and a second to follow up. Can he secure this elimination right here? As he is down in the low ground now, Zone is favoring him here, so this actually works out just a little bit.
Yeah, and Flossin still in it as well. Golden Boy's favorite from the cornfield at TwitchCon to potentially the World Cup stage as he's in here with the best of the best. You see Reverse now on the backside of the circle. 9 players remaining. Livid Furland in it as well, hanging out on the mid-ground type. Reverse trying to find whatever space he can as Demo picks up Envy calling frags. The youngster from Envy going down there as Reverse again trying to take advantage, but super low on builds. 2 left, so trying to follow these players up. Needs to find whatever elims he can. 4 more seconds. Here. Needs to be able to get up through that gap. This is incredibly hard.
He's just going for the elims.
He got 2.
The crack right there down to the low ground. He gets so much damage down.
He got a Demo
as well.
Inside to the top 5. Brilliant from Reverse. The patience to hang out in the storm and know the other players will run through. Will he catch this other player? He checks the side. Oh, he could have had a chance for the shot there. That was Flossin. So you have the P-God on ultimate high. 10-bit is sad. Reverse and Flossin on the middle types. P-God on your top right. Reverse 2K on your bottom right with the trap and the poison one out, looking to get whatever ticks he can. P-God actually is going to be able to farm out some additional math. So keep an eye right now on Reverse. That's where any action will come from. Edit fight coming out. Edits the ramp both ways. Looks for the shot. Doesn't connect. He's going to opt to farm for a little bit now. P-God working his way down the tarp, starting to put some pressure.
He's taking his nice, sweet time here as Flossin has so much material. He jumped out of the baller, so P-God definitely has to take it slow and steady here. Reverse 2K is in the battle of his life as he is trying to secure as much position as possible. There goes the Stinker, toe-to-toe in the low. Reverse wins his engagement. Flossin is at half HP here from Stinkers as well. Here's P-God's opportunity.
P-God looking for it as he starts working his way down the tarp. Flossin knows the player is there, opting to cone himself out. Can he get the edit through? Flossin is looking to try and break through. P-God first shot on him. P-God second shot on him. Flossin needs to get and stay in the zone. He's going to try and challenge. Will he get it? He retakes high ground with the impulse. Reverse catches back up, but P-God picks up Flossin. It's P-God versus Reverse, and P-God takes it home, saying, I am THP God, the P-God, whatever it is. Brilliantly done from you, sir. From the high ground rift play all the way through, he impulses himself off the side of the mountain saying, I am king of this server. Hear me roar as we go back over that skeleton, that fossil that the players brought through. Jeez. What a great rotation from him there.
That's a highlight if I ever seen one, picking up a big 2-piece on names as well. That was a great end game right there. Now, hopping into our next game here, it's Creo leading in eliminations. He's got about 3 of them things. Taking a look around. We've got FaZe Cloak down in the low ground to the right. So this is, absolutely a stacked lobby here.
Yeah, Nate Hill picking up Mirren as well. We've seen Mirren do incredibly well. Also, just the density of this lobby as Jota picks up Eiffel and Creo picks up Stoney as well. Krabi picks up Zire and Creo tosses in an L. Say, take that, go back. As we see, getting now into Circle 5, 46 players remaining, so super dense, Monster. 3
headshots, though. My gosh, that's the power of the suppressed AR. Sometimes you just don't hear them coming, and they can follow up that fast. So bye-bye, and I'm pretty sure that player was at a 200 effective health. So do the math there, guys. 66 times 3, you are going to be gone. Now looking over to Turbo here. He's glancing down at the bottom right of the corners. He does have a sniper. He's standing on a cone, trying to get a little bit of that elevation. Can he get a snipe shot here?
Is peeking super effectively here. This is what Bala has talked about when you're trying to find yourself a window. Don't want to overexpose, but Creo knows that player is there, tossing a little snowball there, letting him know he's hanging out and around the player. Should be able to hear that as long as he's not over editing. Creo knows there's a player towards his other side as well, can see the builds and the players editing out, wants to find this rotation going through, but look at the terrain we have to deal with in the bottom right hand corner as we tick over 3 seconds. There's so much change in verticality here, Monster. It's going to be a nightmare for these players.
Yeah, crossing through these river areas, especially these big mountains as you start to head over to the other side of the map, is definitely an intense one. Insight's going to pick up a couple of hits there. Creo looks like he finds himself a launch pad to recycle. That's going to be great to conserve any kind of mobility he's probably stashed up on. And now look, he's going to get deep in the zone here. He wants to get as far ahead as possible. Love how he opts to land closer to the trees and some of that natural cover on the side though.
Yeah, wanting that space, wanting to break the line of sight, also wanting to be near these players so he can continually try to trade out shots. Wants to find this player as he sneaks in there, but not going to get it. Colosso going down to the Storm. We have so many players left here. You can see Cloak, Graska, A-Philly, Hippie Habitat, Daxer, Diju, Liquid Xeno. So many different players in this right now.
That's right, Sundown. But all right, we're going to send on over to Golden Boy, who's going to hook us up with the information fix here. Golden.
Hey guys, just want to let everyone know, thank you all so much. So, real quick, given information, was jumped the gun as far as like what happened regarding Brazil. Still tallying all of the points currently. Nyx clearly was up ahead, but we're going to have to see where he ends out. So once again, got some information, relayed it out to everyone, but in the end, we're sorry about that. We're going to make sure, though, that we keep a keen eye on the results. And for now, let's head back into the action.
That's right. Thank you, Golden Boy. Yeah, you know, just excitement takes us all here as well as things are kind of unfolding. But we will keep you guys up to date on that one. So thank you guys so very much for being patient and understanding. But back into this game here. A lot of things have happened so far. Creo still in it. Senkaros is in the air. He doesn't have a lot of HP. Tyler 15. Dude, Tyler's on one right now. We're seeing him in every single lobby.
Yep, been making it to all the end games. It's a good sign if you're in a lot of our cast, because again, if you're a little new to this type of broadcast format, we jump right on into the end games as Tyler 15 picking up another Elam there onto Okate, and now you look, he's trying to challenge towards that backside of the circle. He wants to fight, wants to find players rotating, does get shot at towards the back by Bicones, I think, or Beck Ones. We'll go with Beck Ones. If it's wrong, I apologize. And Voyle there we saw with some great work, but one of your favorites in the match right now, Monster, Hogman, rotating through with that baller.
Yeah, he's been very consistent lately. Not quite sure. We haven't seen too much of him today, so hopefully his games are going in his favor. Face Cloak does have the high ground here. He's got 6 dynamite. The question is, when do you chuck all of this down? Looks like the time is now. I asked, he delivers. Here it is. All 6 of them go out. He picks one up. Can he get another here? He does.
Oh my, just dropping down 6 dynamite towards the backside of that zone, picking up 2 quick eliminations. Gotta feel good about that. We've talked about that with the grenade launcher, but I mean, it works just as well when you got the 75 tick, massive AoE dynamite explosion, sneaking those ones on in. As you see, Grove, Dubs, and Hogman all utilize the grapplers' very low cooldown in range in order to keep their momentum up and stay towards the backside of this circle. 18 players remaining.
That's right, and Creel's at 7 eliminations here, so he's having one great game right now as he is looking to cross over in the high ground here. He is kind of up there. He should probably look to connect to one of these other planks, but he's on the offense instead. One shot right there. He knows this player has been suspect to some fall damage. Hippie Habitat goes down with a big pump.
Yeah, picking that one up there. Creo very recently signed to Lazarus, a player who we've seen a lot of in a lot of different circumstances. But one thing for sure about him, his gameplay is very, very, very good. As he picks up SlayerBot, right there is a player to look out for in terms of high volume eliminations when he is able to be consistent. Does get a little bit inside of his head and sometimes lets the stuff outside of the game get to him. But when he is on, he is absolutely on.
I just want to talk about that edit right there. He edited the ramp in such a way that the player was blocked from crossing over, so he was doomed the moment that edit came down with the Swift Trap. That was a fantastic elim by Creo. But here we are, Hogman contesting the high ground over Grove. Hogman has complete control of the high ground now as he is going up, but ZyTTV is looking to break it. Great ball break right there by Hogman, forcing ZyTV into Grove, and now he's in the best position possible in his game as it's going over the mountain here.
Yeah, and a bunch of players get ripped up, effectively reset as all the decision making now is down to Dubs and Hogman. Dubs is trying to knock as many players down as he can or find a launch pad. Does get back in the zone. Hogman now turns his eyes back vertically, not realizing Dubs is in there. So now it's all on Hogman. Does he get more than one, is able to convert on one. Now Jota is flying into the arms of Dubs, waiting for it. Still 6 players remaining. Dubs picks that one back up, and we are now into the top 6.
Oh, gets one pump by Hogman. They are landing on Hogman, but Hogman is holding it down right now as Creo takes out 8 billion.
Look at the stick grenades. Look at the stick grenades on the low ground.
This is it.
But Creo's taking advantage of it. Creo picks up 2 elims, so now it is Hogman against Creo. Hogman picked up one of them there. He gifted so many elims to Creo from just taking the players out and forcing him to run directly into his line of fire. Now Creo trying to spread on Hogman. He forces him down, but Hogman with the stinks says you can't run into the storm. You can't stay in the safe zone. I controlled the high ground. I took it home. Brilliantly done from Hogman. Great execution from Lazarus's Creo as well. Great way to end that section out. Golden Boy, what do you got for us, man?
That was a crazy altercation between 2 top players. Congratulations to Hogman picking up the victory. Monster D-Face yesterday called out Hogman as a player to look out for, and for due reason. But welcome back to the studio here as we have Balla. It's Mr. Balla's neighborhood, and you're going to show us some cool stuff, my friend. What do you got?
Yeah, we do have some cool stuff. Jackie actually showing off a little bit of a technique here. He just doesn't stop. Where's he going?
Okay. All right.
Up to the sky.
Well, guess what he has, though?
Yeah, the Glider Redeploy.
Exactly.
This is that strategy that we talked about TwitchCon when Glider Redeploy was available to everybody. He's going to take some shots, actually. And because he's up there, nobody realizes for a long time. He's going to have a...
Stairway to heaven right there, man.
Yeah, he's going to have a little dance party by himself up in the sky.
Hey, this right here is key game-breaking analysis, or game analyzing.
Hey, but look at the top right, top 25 he got there, and then he goes all the way to top 10. I think he gets even second place in this game. There's an elim that he found, and now continuing on. Look at how he lands right onto that little high ground, the old builds there, and then resets this really quickly while it's connected right above the trees. That player comes down, and there it is. Nice shot by Jackieski. That's Minetrix, another strong player. He goes on to get second in that game. But here, Nelpy, looking for the opportunity for a little dance party.
That's right. Everyone wants to dance, feel the love, but this is the World Cup. You got to make them pay. Throwing the hands in the air, wave them like you just don't care.
Indeed, he actually got top 25 from that as well. And now, this is Balloon with the nice RPG onto splats there. You guys call it out. Using the RPG and then spraying out from there. That's so good. This is an early clip, but here, P-God, using the impulse grenade so solidly. Look at how he just actually spots. He looks down below. He's like, oh, I see an opportunity. Just fly. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And then immediately goes into farming. That's an opportunity there. And then again, look at that trap real quick. That's just like a preemptive trap. Hey, if you box this way, I'm going to take that while I'm in a trap. But no, it's not going to go anywhere. A nice shot first from P-God. And then finishing off, going in the zone. Look at that shot right there. Just barely right before the player built. And he knows he still has these impulses. Let's put him to use.
Wow.
Takes high ground right again. And then the first elim, boom, while he's falling on the Flossen, and then finishes off second place there. I mean, great by P-God. Just unbelievable using that impulse so perfectly. I mean, you don't see that too often. We talk about how risky it is.
Now, I will be mad that he got that elimination against my boy Flossen. P-God, come on, dog. Come on,
Can't do Golden Boy like that.
You can't do my boy Flossen dirty like that. But some crazy stuff there. These have been some incredible games, Paula. Seriously. Any other players that I know you've been watching all the replays. Anything that's been kind of catching your eye as well? Any players that you're like, oh, this guy has to go all the way?
I mean, right now, Creo is just, I've seen him in a few of those games, 2 of them right now, and he's gone second place. I think he got 7th or something like that before, and he's always high eliminations every single time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you do. Maximize your points. Maximize your points.
Maximize your points. Ball, maximize your points. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us here. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, plenty more Fortnite games to come. You don't want to miss it, and we'll see you on the other side.
Jump on and drop in. It's time to kick off the Fortnite World Cup competition. From April 13th to June 16th, we'll be running Fortnite World Cup Online Opens, where you can qualify to compete for your chance at a piece of the $30 million prize pool. But how will these work, you ask? Each week will alternate back and forth between solos and duos competition, with players qualifying from each server region in Oceania, Asia, Europe, Brazil, NA East, and NA West. To find specifics for your server region, go to Fortnite.com/World Cup. To play in the online opens, you'll need to compete in the new Arena mode, an always-on form of competition where players can rank up tiers and leagues. It all starts in the Open League, and when players earn 125 points, they'll advance into Contenders League. After that, you'll need to build your way up to 300 points to unlock Champion League, where the Saturday Online Open players will be chosen. Then, we'll take the top 3,000 solo players or 1,500 duos from that Saturday's semifinals and advance them to the Sunday finals. Each Sunday, 20 players will rise to the top and qualify to join us in New York for the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Buckle up, because we're officially on the road to the Fortnite World Cup Finals. In just a few months, we will see the greatest Fortnite players in the world go head-to-head to determine who will take the title of World Cup champion and become part of the global phenomenon that is Fortnite. Hundreds of players will compete on stage in New York City for their chance at Ultimate Battle Royale glory and their piece of $30 million. But let's look back at how we got here. The competition was hot at our first major live event at PAX West, where we held the Summer Skirmish finale. This open format pitted over 900 players against each other, and Morgassi was able to rise out of the masses and take home nearly $250,000.
A life-changing amount of money.
Fall Skirmish came next, where 500 players competed not only in Battle Royale competitions, but build-offs, challenges, bake-offs, and cosplay competitions to win prizes and value club points. This all came to an insane conclusion at TwitchCon, where Tfue and Cloakzy were able to fend off the competition and win it all.
It's Tfue and Cloakzy!
Finishing off the year, we dove into the Winter Royale when the first ever open online qualifier was hosted, featuring the top 200 players from North America and Europe. In the end, the Stream Skype dominated the European qualifier, semifinal, and final to come out on top. And on NA, Nolan beasted his way through the rounds, outperformed the Infinity Blade, and took home the crown. 2019 kicked off with the Secret Skirmish, where Ghost Saf and Rise Ronaldo took the top spot in duos, and the solos competition ended with an unbelievable performance from Ghost Bizzle, who took it all with the most clutch Fortnite finish in competitive history.
Around, shot comes in, a limb for Bizzle, turns on the player above. That's it! He deagled the floor! Bizzle with the victory!
But this unbelievable action isn't limited to offline events. We've watched competitors get themselves ready for the Fortnite World Cup through their participation in the online tournaments. Fully open qualifiers for all players 13 and up has definitely shaken up the standard. Starting with the Scallywag Cup, familiar players like Saf and Zayt are continuously flaunting their skills, and we also saw new faces like WBG's Rux and Pika. But the veterans and big names aren't backing down, with players new and old challenging each other non-stop for the top spot. Beehive was a prime example of this in the European Blackheart Cup, continuing his absurdly consistent streak of dominating open competitions, while the Argentinian Dzeko was able to show off his elimination skills in a dominant Brazil region victory. After that, we saw 2 duo competitions, the Lux Cup and the World Cup warm-up, with a fantastic mix of challengers and established veterans able to claw their way up the leaderboard. The newly formed duo of Perfect Tilt and Mastoris have shown that they are not to be messed with, while the newly eligible European youngsters like Mongro, Benji Fishy, Osmo, and Milan showing that they are as good as everyone believed. But let's not forget about Oceania and Asia, where we've seen the Chiefs duo of Sync and Skyla continually upsetting the standard and dominating the ladder. And Medicino, Top Fax Fox, and the Crazy Raccoon Boys have all had incredible performances over in the East. We've seen so many different players come to the fort, but nothing on the scale like this. Who will be the next Margassi? Will a Tfue or Cloak-like pair continue their domination? Will our winners be someone who qualifies early? Or will they have to sweat it out every weekend to make it onto the World Cup final stage? We could not be more excited to see the story unfold and to watch these players ascend to greatness. And who knows, one of them could be you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fortnite World Cup qualifiers. A lot of games have been unfolding. You guys might have just heard me on the mic. Those are a crazy set of games, so welcome back after that nice short intermission here. I'm Monster D-Face, and I'll be taking you guys through all of the format and stuff like that is going down here with this show today. So first up, we'll have some scheduling, some stand-in, some format. There's all kinds of things I'm breaking here. So let's take a look at the standings. In first place, you have Dubs FN with 15 eliminations here, leading with 49 points. But talk about that tiebreaker. They're just neck and neck King Trig here, as they are clearly qualifying for different reasons, right? Victory Royales versus eliminations down there. Sendbug, Creo is up there, also doing really, really good in this format right now. You see Cease, you see DMO, you see Hogman. All of these guys are fighting to get a top placement so they can squeeze their way through to the World Cup final stage. And here are the regional times. So we've already concluded with the Oceanic, the Asia and European solo games, so as the Brazil ones are being kind of broken down here so we can figure out the final stands for that. Right now, we're broadcasting the NAE solos, and later on tonight at 7 p.m. EST, we'll come back and rejoin for NA West. Take a look here at the format. You have the way players are earning their ways to the final stage. So points are dished out for getting placement, obviously 25th place will get you your first set, 6th to 15th, second through 5th there, and then of course a Victory Royale. And last but not least, eliminations. Every eliminations are worth a major point, and this plays into effect pretty heavily here. And don't forget, over the course of these next 10 weeks, these guys are also battling for 1 million. There's 1 million in prize money on the line here, as these top players are looking to earn here. So, to catch you guys up, here is a little bit of our qualified players who've made it through so far today. Slaya, Fax Fox, Stompy, Prison Arrow, Benji Fish, Bilal, WK, sorry about that. Nate here, Diego, and DRG all making it through. Sorry guys, I wear glasses. My vision is not the greatest. Sorry for messing that one up. That was my far side there. But these guys have made it through all the way to the final stage. But to introduce some more casting and get through our games today, we have Bala and Kitty Plays here. Help me out, guys.
Thank you very much, Monster. Excellent job as always. Yeah, Bala and I are going to be getting to the next few games of East, and we're getting near the end of these now.
It's wrapping up. It's getting close. It's getting close to those 6 qualifiers. So we're going to hop into the game. Let's go on into it right now, Kitty. This
Oh, I am ready. I love these end of the segment matches, and this is from the top 3,000 already coming in on Thresh, who has 13 rockets available to him right now.
Nice pump shotgun there. That was solid to open up the little game here. Thresh
open up
Show him
our
what he
game.
got,
He's
yeah.
been playing for a little bit. Our format for today is we are hopping in on zone 4 and 5 here on these end game matches, bringing you the best action, the best moments of the top players right now for US East.
Yeah, that gives us a look at the endings of the game, and it's going to be action, action, action. We get a little bit of a rotation. People are starting to feel out how this game is going to play out, and then all action as the moving zone starts, which is going to be next.
Yeah, this is the first zone that only half of it is within the current zone, so a lot of players are going to have to make a big rotation. You see Josh trying to capitalize on Will the Kid making his rotation and securing that elimination.
Nice there. On the edge of zone, making sure that he's going to clean that up. He's got a little ways to go and not too many materials to do it. So
Yeah, he
he's
didn't
looking.
pick up any of that
Player
loot.
must have redeploy. No, he actually knocks him out. Nice play there onto Raptor. Good opportunity, too. You saw he started waterfalling, but Josh said, no, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, he's going to pick up the
Doesn't get
impulses?
that
No.
medium ammo. He's sitting on like 33 bullets in that. 27 now bullets in that AR. Lots in his shotgun though, so hopefully he'll be able to capitalize that. But for those 2 eliminations, he only picked up the loot on one of them.
At least he got the materials. That's the important part. Remember, he only had 20 builds left. He didn't get the impulses. He's still sitting on a scope revolver. That's not going to be too useful, but maybe he'll make me eat my words later on.
Probably will. Ambition sitting here in his 1x1. I love this skin. It is so bright and beautiful, especially on these high graphics.
Jeez.
And this little loadout here is great. This is what he wants to be sitting on. No eliminations yet, but as we've seen from players earlier today, getting all their eliminations in those final zones.
Yeah. Definitely want to go as far late game. It's going to be where there's the most players, the most opportunities, and you're also in the placement point range. So that's what I'm saying. When you want to get all the points possible every single game, you want to get to this position for the placement. So remember, NA East, there's 6 players who are going to qualify today in this tournament right now. And look at the rest of them as well. NA West still has 2 to go. The rest of them, we've also already seen Oceania and Asia. Look, he's going to continue pressure. Yes, does take down Webbs.
Oh, I'm glad he got that. He's putting so much pressure on these players, rotating past him, able to jump into that rift with the other players and hopefully get good positioning going into the next zone. You see Hart in this lobby, Loopy in this lobby, Cowboy in this lobby. Lots of familiar names in here right now. We are getting in the stacked of the stacked lobbies right now. These are the best of the best players.
Oh.
And right away, seeing an awesome shot by Mayo, sitting on 4 eliminations, getting that elimination on that player.
Man, Mayo is such a good player. I believe he's only 15 years old. He had one of the craziest clips I've ever seen, and let's see if he's going to be able to recreate that magic here today.
Yeah, recreate that in this high intensity, high pressure lobby would be amazing to see for us. We're a little bit greedy. We want the best content coming out of these guys today. And lots of players in here making their way over. Not as many ballers in this lobby as we saw earlier in EU, but I think that's just the amount of players in here.
It depends on the lobby, who's going to get what, and also the openness, right? Because this zone is going over fresh little area right now, fresh terrain. Nobody's built.
area.
Yeah, there's no buildings, there's no player-built structures right now. Here, Josh, we saw him earlier get one of the wins. We'll see if he's gonna be able to get another one here. No, he gets in the box. Is that gonna be it?
Oh,
Yes, he does.
and that was Josh managing to just pop past a
Josh
couple
takes
players
out
there
Josh.
without taking any shots. That was interesting. Hopping in a couple 1x1s only to build up and above. But almost getting that shot.
Is he going to do it onto Yink right now? I mean, we saw Josh, third-party Josh earlier. What's he going to do? No. Yink is, what do you got? Yeah, Mayo up on high ground though as well. And the magic is starting to occur right now. 67 builds, he's on high ground, 40 limbs. Is he going to be able to take this player out the sky? No, he just shoots him. That's going to be the sign for that player to fall. Going to place the poison trap as well. It's perfect here, maintaining this height. This is all that he wants right now. Make sure that he maintains this. If he loses this, he's losing the opportunities.
Yeah, and you do hear the sound of the grappler of those ballers underneath. He has ultimate high ground right now, and he's going to do whatever he can to secure that. Taking it down a little bit, he dropped down to a safer area and is ensuring that no other players are going to rift or jump pad and take that high ground on him.
And there, Silence SMG is going to shred through Element right there. No materials there that he could build. That's why he was hiding in that little nook there. But top 10 now. And Mayo's still on high ground. All these players fighting on low ground. Nobody's really contesting Mayo. Finally, Demoxity comes up a little bit. The layer here, Sappy as well.
There's so much going on in this lower area right now that I really don't see any of these players having a chance within this rotation to try and take that high ground quite yet. You see Sappy, no eliminations yet, but he's got a kit. He's got a great kit to be able to get some eliminations on these players right now if he's able to weave through this previous build and break through it in time, not to take storm damage.
He's got to be careful of the builds below him. One of the floors just got edited. He almost got dropped in. That was close. But there, Sappy, does he find it? No, he doesn't get the cone off, and that's not going to be able to make the edit. He has very little material, so that makes sense why he's not going super aggressive, trying to replace the cones.
And this is a top 6 situation now. All of these players getting the 25 and 15-point placement marks, but they want that victory royale. Woo! Clean kill onto Demoxity, and now one above him. I believe that's Mayo still up there.
Probably Mayo. He's going to drop down to reconnect. That's perfect timing on the reconnect there. That Sappy's not going to be able to break him down. Is he still going to look for the opportunities? No, he's done. Only 5 builds. He needs to go down. Otherwise, he's going to end up running into Mayo on top. Oh, another player jumping in the box. He takes him out again. Happy Salt goes down. Top 4 now.
Oh, another player waiting for him on the other side of this wall, and he goes down.
Oh, it was Mayo, of course.
Sappy taken out by Mayo. Loopy still on this low ground. We saw Wallspar earlier. Incredible, incredible player. These two are so close to each other. No contention for the high ground right now. Ooh, Loopy taking out Wallspar, and what
there.
do I?
4
what
campfires. He's just going to sit on those. He can definitely try to outlast the zone here. It's going to be healing for
And Loopy has no healing. He does have access to these two Pokeballs.
He's out of the zone now. He doesn't realize what's going on at all. Mayo's just standing there. Hold on, Loopy. He can still get up. He's going to start breaking it down. No, he's just going to reconnect. And now Mayo, perfect play there with the 4 campfires. He knows exactly he's going to take the L as well. That's a little bit of salt on that injury for sure.
Did you think you were going to see a 4 campfire play today, Bala?
No, I didn't. You know, I thought the heal-offs were done for. With the moving zone going all the way till the end, I thought they were done for. But Mayo showing me, hey, you know what? If we make it to this end zone, if it's a 1v1, I can still do it.
That was for you, Bala. That was for you. We're getting into the next game now. We've got Vape Jesus in here. We see Air Cool. Lots of names that we know and a lot that we don't. If you guys are watching right now and you have played in these lobbies that we've casted, or if you've qualified and you want to make a story, a name for yourself, definitely make sure to tweet out to Bala TW on Twitter or Kitty Plays. We have Som, we have Cypher, and tell us a little bit about yourself or your friend that's qualified in here. We want to tell your story. Anyone can be part of this competition, and there's a lot of new names.
Oh, Polarize getting the shot through the floor there, and then the double edit. Nice play. Polarize, such a great player that I am very familiar with, doing all he can. He does so many VOD reviews and all that.
For that one.
Just like Kitty was saying, though, don't forget to use that hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Tell us all about your experience playing in it. And if you're on the stream, if you're getting the opportunity here, ooh, a little fight by Vape Jesus going on to Ricochet right there. Nice play. He's going to get in the cone, and he's going to go down, unfortunately.
Oh, we have Ninja in a bush on ultimate high ground now, too. Not the most ideal loadout in the game, though.
Yeah, and throwback to the Bush Bandits right now, because that's what Ninja's doing. He actually only has an infantry rifle and an AR, so I'm not sure how he ended up in this loadout right now, but this is definitely going to be a little bit rough here. Pump shot from the back. And he has a way to go. He doesn't have a shotgun. He doesn't have mobility, and he's going to get coned in the zone, unfortunately. Does go down.
Not what you like to see. Going out in that 41st spot. No placement points for him. I believe he had 1 elimination, if I'm correct, or was that 0? Anyways, not a great game for him going into this, but we are going to check in now on a few well-known players. We got Snood and we got General coming into here. Great positioning at the center of this tower with a few other players looking to take any shots he can on these rotating players.
There's only a few players outside of the zone right now, so it's all going to calm down a little bit as it's top 37. Everybody wants to take a little bit of breathe. Oh my goodness, is Adam trapped next to him? He looked at that through the cone and said, no, I'm good.
The great game awareness coming out by General right now. Not saving his life. He's sitting on 3 big pots and 6 minis, so.
He would have been okay, but you definitely want to keep those and take it out. Not try hard there, a little opportunity through the window.
Every tap counts right now in this game. Being able to get that last hit on any of these players is the difference of that point, of that siphon, and he's able to clean up that elimination.
Yeah, Artsy taking out Scope in the background there.
We're going up to the penthouse. Yeah. We got Snood sitting pretty up here. Great view of the competition, but he's gotta be careful. I was just thinking there's another high ground over there. He was gargoyling.
Yeah, you were definitely gargoyling right there. That's when you kind of just stand like a little statue, and Snood, unfortunately, is going to fall victim to that. It's not nighttime yet. He's not going to be able to move. But regardless here, gonna use that. Oh my goodness, in the air! Right before he used that. Snood, don't do it to him.
Didn't.
Don't do it to him.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, he's gonna land on this player too. He's gonna start up to build rather than shoot, and now
Quick, edit
all the
out.
way to 30 HP. He's gonna go down to Polarize.
Ooh,
Cypher
Polarize.
PK in the background. Saw him still up. Polarize. We just saw him take out Snood. Air Cool still up as well.
Look at
Jay,
Nobu.
look who's up on high ground. It's Polarized again. And this is the perfect opportunity now, the perfect timing, Kitty, to be up there.
Yeah, there's lots of different high grounds right now, though. Still, lots of players choosing to make these towers on top of each other's towers during this rotation. Sometimes the best positioning is right next to your opponent or right above or below. And here we're spectating Get Me Out now, who's got a great kit, has that RPG 6 rockets available to him to use.
Oh,
and coming up next. Oh, good. I saw him a lot yesterday. Incredible player. And but now we have 3,000 incredible players.
3,000 incredible players. A nice play there from Get Me Out now. He was actually riding the edge of the zone, getting shot down. Ooh, did he just get an Elam? I saw his HP just rise all of a sudden. Fortunate we don't see that, right? But still, it was on the edge of the zone and Psalm did not expect him to come from behind in that direction, so just ended up going into his box. Reloading that RPG is going to take that opportunity now, top 11.
Yeah, it looks like he did pick up another elimination somewhere there. And Bluesy gets knocked down from his high ground. He was not ultimate high ground, though. There is another player above him, and we're back spectating Get Me Out now. Lots of eliminations
drops
coming up
down.
during this rotation. Oh,
Is he going to find it? No, that player built up just a little bit. Get Me Out now. Oh, he ripped it. Okay, so he's going to grab that as well. That's going to be 3 ticks of Storm. He's going to decide, does he want to land on high ground? This is the choice. Yes, there's nobody actually watching right now. Bluesy is completely boxed up.
it looks like he could be just hanging out. I'm surprised he's not doing anything in his 1x1 to maintain his high ground, but
Be a situation of low materials or low HP or something like that. No, he wasn't low HP. Just sitting in his box, a little bit afraid. Doesn't realize that there's nothing on high ground. Looks like Tuchens is looking for the opportunity. Is he going to go for it with the baller? Yes, he does. It's him against Get Me Out now. No, it's going to be just to build off for high ground. Tuchens is going to hold on now. N to the J as well.
Oh, we just saw Cypher going down to Nooble on Twitch. We've got 6 players remaining in this lobby right now. Jingles on that ultimate low ground, a few sharing that mid ground, and Tuchens, like, very well holding this high ground right now. No contention.
Oh, nice heavy snipe and goes out. Bluesy does.
Oh, no chance for Bluesy to react in that situation. Cleanly cleans up that elimination.
Good find there through the box as well. That's why you need to make sure you have the roof. Sometimes you end up getting stairs on top of you. That's a problem there as Jingles takes out Nooble. It's a 1v1v1 now. Tuchens against N to the J for high ground. Jingles all the way on low ground. He's going to have room to breathe, except N to the J is coming down quickly.
Yep, these 3 fighting it out now. They have to make the choice. Do they try and maintain ultimate high ground? When do they drop down? N to the J and Jingles both on that low ground situation now.
Yeah, they're both on the same level right now. N to the J is looking at it. He has the right angle. And he's going to get it. Jingles goes down. It's just against Tuchens now. He needs to find a way to knock this down. Only 1 build left, and if he has an RPG, no, he doesn't. He has a heavy snipe, so he's going to start waterfalling down carefully. Does pick up a little bit of materials there. N to the J does. He's going to try that mini as well. Tuchens not keeping the pressure up because he's reloading that heavy sniper right now. That might be the key. As N to the J did get a little bit of materials right now. Tuchens is just going to start shooting down, and that might be the opportunity for N to the J to shoot down. Yes, he is going to go for the waterfall. He does have the redeploy though.
Oh, the redeploy messed him up.
Elim. No, not yet. He's going to build in the zone and now in the electric pole, and it's going to be N to the J finds it. Tuchens goes down. Hectic there with the redeploy. I didn't even know he had it, and all of a sudden.
Strategy. I was paying attention to that redeploy. He wasn't worried about the high ground, but then when he made the play to waterfall down and took so much damage with that redeploy, you're so vulnerable in that situation, and ultimately pays the price and gets that second place because of that.
Tried to hide himself with the electric pole, but regardless now. Into this next game,
Ooh, I see a few of the
High Sky,
boys.
Spades, Space Line. This is a big game right here. Zexro, stacked lobby all the way through. So many good names. We only saw just 4 or 5 players right now. As Zexro's going to pressure on the Space Line immediately. Nice, the stare with the shotgun shot. That's what we talked about earlier in Space Line. Just gets cleaned up there from Zexro.
TSM versus Space situation there. Zexro sitting on 2 rifts right now, too.
Yeah, and I actually just saw King Trig, I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry, take out Saf. He's in second place right now, the King Trig.
46th eliminate, like a person eliminated in that. That is not the the position that Saf wants to get. Every single game right now counts
But
for him. And
King Trig, that's a confidence booster. He's already in second place. He knows how good he is. He is on the road to qualify for the World Cup. Remember, there's 6 players who are going to qualify through. So if he continues that, taking out Saf is a big confidence booster going forward because Saf is one of the best players in the world.
definitely.
Oh, looking for the heavy snipe. That's Zexro.
Oh, gets in a baller and runs. We'll see if he does.
Oh, no, what are you doing?
No, what?
Eggs! Why?
He got greedy there. Did
You
he
can
go
pick
for
it
the,
up. No.
He
Oh, there
go
was
for the
a.
loot trade.
Oh my goodness.
He
But
went for the
Zexro.
rift or something. That. Oh my gosh, you saw Zexro lining up that shot. We've seen a lot of incredible heavy snipes coming out from these guys today, and just
Man.
now it's
Not only
doesn't feel
finding
good.
the loot from the elimination that he got with the heavy sniper, but finding even more. So that's three rift to goes. Okay, all he's gonna do, he's gonna rift to take this next run, and that's gonna be good going forward.
Love that for
remember,
him.
this is a stack lobby, and having every little bit of mobility matters. You're gonna go all the way through with those 3 rift to goes there, getting a good position this half in, half out, and then forward.
Yep, peeking in on Spades right now. He does have that flint knock in his inventory. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to utilize that. But able to take some shots here. He is within the zone.
Nice.
Ooh, trick on Native, trying to rotate in, but gets penalized for that.
Yeah, Spades takes him out right there, looking for another opportunity. He's going to AR through this wall. It's not going to be enough because he just realized, he said, hey, if I shoot this, is he going to edit back? Yes, he did. Immediately good reactions. Sometimes you can gauge the level of your opponent. This peek box right now, just looking for an opportunity. Yeah. Sometimes you can gauge the level of your opponent by just making them react, see what they do. That's what Spades did right there, and that's going to be Kamaria going down, trying to edit through, and Spades was paying attention.
Extremely clean shots coming out by Spades right now, and look at that zone. He's right on that ideal edge now and moving into the next one, but there's a player waiting on the loot of that eliminated player that he just downed.
That's true. Looking to see if he has the bravery to go for this loot. There is somebody who's going to pressure down below and from up top. So maybe it was the best opportunity, the best idea not to go for that. So that could have been bad for him. But no, he's going to actually end up getting it. No, they're not letting him, Kitty.
No loot for you, they say. They definitely want that. Any amount of extra resources that these players are able to get, they will fight for. We see Vivid in a baller. I think Top Gun is in a baller. Lots of ballers here. There's Avery. There's Aspect, actually. We talked about him so much yesterday, dropping a 22 elimination game.
Yeah, and still, things could change. There's still plenty of time right now. Look at Vivid just sitting the ball on top of the tree. He's doing his best.
Vivid.
Oh,
not like this!
Jeez. Hey man, you gotta watch your trees these days.
My Lanta.
Oh my goodness, King Trig just took out Aspect as well. He's actually taking out the biggest names in this lobby right now.
That is a huge confidence boost for him. I'm sure everyone saw that VOD of Aspect's game yesterday with the 22 eliminations, and now knowing that you've bested him, confidence going into the rest of this fight is going to be awesome.
Yeah, nice knockdown there from Avery. He's going to take high ground from that. Rampage is not too far away. Look at still all these players. There's so much, everything going around right now. Gunblasta, also Hershey's bar is right there. You can see him. He's breaking through on the edge of zone. This is good when you're outside, right near the buildings, all the old tunnels, because there's not going to be any players in them. So you got to be careful because anybody could have the edit when they come back, when they realize that it's theirs. Top 25 now. There's the 3 points.
Ooh, and these guys have 25 seconds to head into the next zone in the bottom right corner in the minimap. You've got a view of that. If you're just joining us, the last eliminated or the last standing player will win a victory royale. And I'm just excited. Here we go. We got Hershey's bars. Have you heard of Hershey's bars before?
Yeah, and so Hershey Bar's doing as much as he can. We're going to go take a little bit of a break here because Golden Boy has some news for us. Golden Boy, what's up?
All right, everyone. We got it.
Yes.
We got it. We know who won from Brazil. I have the info.
No.
What?
Golden Boy, have a sit on the box.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm going to take care of this one. I got you guys.
It's because I messed up the first time.
We apologize for the mishap earlier today. We sort of jumped the gun here on the final results over into Brazil standings here. So it's actually Kazar Leleo with the big upset here. You can see, and the difference, 1 game, 1 point, 1 game more. Quasar is actually going to take first place and be the qualifier. He's going to make it all the way through to the World Cup finals here. I apologize on behalf of everyone here, and of course, but these are our fixed standings. And just take a look here at all of our top 10s, guys. So Nyx did have a fantastic standing here. He is still going to get a good chunk of this prize pool here. And you have Red Snow, Nothing, Eco, Lil, Dio,
I like this.
Shek,
This is my favorite part.
and a whole bunch of more people. So the
My
qualifier's
favorite
not
part,
over.
hearing you pronounce names. But yes, so there you go. Once again, apologies for that, but congratulations to Quasar, Laleo. You're moving on to the Fortnite World Cup in New York City.
Dang,
Thank
man.
you, guys.
Gold Boy really did Nyx like that, man. But hopefully he will have the similar ability next, 2 weeks from now in the solos division for Brazil. We are right back into the game right now. Lots of action has happened and is going on. We've got Sexro, we got Vivid, we got Chandler, GJDW. So many players in this stacked lobby. We are getting near the end of these East games.
Yeah, Zexer actually just went down there. Unfortunately on the mid ground now. Vivid on low ground. We'll see. Where is everything? JDW on the high ground. Look at this. He's fighting for it. He's got to hold on to this because otherwise he's going to be knocked down. He doesn't go. So it's actually huge here. He takes it. And there's 4 players fighting on low ground right now. So it goes down to Vivid. What's going on? Top Gun, all of a sudden he has high ground and he knocks it all out. Top Gun suddenly.
Where did he come from?
A little bit of a twist.
That was insane. Good for him. He's got great resources to work with. Looking into this late game, Vivid on the ultimate low ground. Top Gun starts to waterfall down. Jenkins and Vivid on that same level, actually one above. They're all sandwiched on top of each other. Who's going to make the play first on who? Vivid is going for that play. He has the most health. Top Gun able to get that elimination, gets the siphon, but Vivid
nice.
dropping down, getting that pump shot on Top Gun, taking that victory royale. Vivid popping off this event.
With the laugh, dude.
Oh my God,
Again.
that emote makes my spine crawl every single time.
Yeah, that one and take the L. Anytime somebody does that to me, I just, I have uncontrollable rage. It's okay. But next game, we already saw, Bugga, Famhood,
Bizzle,
Eagle, Bizzle, Clarity. This is one of those lobbies that you just have to be like, oh my goodness, what is going to happen?
Wait a second, Balo. Neferix has 6 eliminations already.
That's pretty big right there. Neferix, he's sitting right next to Apostle. 6 eliminations, that's big.
6
could have more.
eliminations on a lobby after 3,000 of the top players playing on these lobbies near the end games. These are the best of the best.
Yep.
6 eliminations.
You got to understand, that's not
We have
an
48
easy task.
players remaining, Ball.
Not an easy task. He's taken out some significant portion of the lobby at this point. 48 players remaining.
Hysteria snug in the rug as a bug on the side of it.
Keep going, keep going. No.
That's as far as
Hysteria, one of those players that just always performs when it matters. Whenever there's pressure, Hysteria is always there. He's got a history of competition.
Oh,
But here's Bugga. Definitely somebody that is going to be watched a lot more as he goes on. Look at these edits. Look at the speed of it. He's already getting ready to make another one as the shots come in, and he blocks those perfectly. He doesn't even take a hint of damage, and he drops right in the box. That's going to be the end of Famhood.
But players nearby hear this engagement happening, want a piece of it. You saw shots coming in from both sides from their opponents, but I mean, he's got 3 big shields. He's got 5 minis right now, 7 shots in an RPG. He is set.
And a rift to go. Yeah, I was gonna ask about his mobility situation because he's right on the edge of zone. He has a ways to go.
You see Demo up here, Bizzle on the low ground, duo partners facing off in this East late game.
Yeah, this late game is so important now. Demo, what mobility does he have? He's going to start to try to look for recycled mobility. No, he's just actually going to get an elimination. He's going to find another one, maybe. No, just not yet. We'll see. Doesn't find the mobility either, and he's hanging out. Look how many players are on the edge. He's hanging out with the people who just need a ride. They all need to catch a baller or a launch pad or a rift to go.
Jump pad, okay? Who's dropping the community jump pad? They've got a long run into the zone right now, but nobody punishing him for this run right now.
Good run, like good positioning on it because he goes in the direction that nobody's going to take advantage of that. And look there, down below Peacock, so low HP. Demo right now does find a good position and doesn't get punished at all for taking that vent. Now he's on a little bit of high ground. It's going to be another opportunity to take more shots here.
Yeah, great positioning for him. Center of the zone right now. We've got 2 seconds till we see the next moving zone. We are going northeast right now towards Paradise, towards the pool. Gonna go for a swim. And here we got Demo in his favorite position. This high ground point, being able to get a view of the entire area, take shots when he needs to, but we're all gonna have to get moving soon.
I'm just hearing the laughter emote,
I know,
unfortunately, in my ear
my
right now.
spine is crawling. Did someone hear the scream?
Yeah, exactly.
Not like that.
Somebody in there, but here, Demo going up into the cone. This is, we talked about how much you can get from just sitting inside of that. He's gonna find any opportunity to get. Can he find another? Is it gonna happen? Yes.
Someone did their practice before this. Amazing tracking by Demo right now. And now he's got to look to make the push. The zone's coming in quick. He's opting to go for this mid-ground rotation. Neferix above him right now. He is our elimination leader. We got lots of players utilizing ballers, lots utilizing the tunnel technique. We got Floss in here. Chop it down. Going to down to that trap by Stretch. Big engagement here between Trash and Bugga.
Bugga. Can he do it again? No.
Over the edit.
Not just yet. Yes, he can. Trash takes him out. What a play there from Bugga. That's the second one, nice one that we've seen him get in close quarters too. Gets the cone and the floor and edits while running. That's not something that you see every day. Bugga, definitely one of the most. Oh, he takes out Uvik, and I was just going to mention, Uvik is up there on the leaderboards. He has a chance of qualifying right now. Last I saw, he was in 8th or 7th place right now. Demo was up there. So many different players.
That could have been his game, and we saw Peacock earlier sitting on 1 health. He's now managed to find full health. Neferix going down. Our elimination leader is down. Demo right next to Creech. And able to pick up that elimination, sitting on 4 right now.
Come on, man. You can't do it to him like this. He does cone him off.
No more resources.
No more resources. He tried to get the cones, stretched him a little too far, but he's going to take the opportunity to get just one bush, a little bit, and one elim is it going to be? Yes, he does find the material from that too, and takes out Spud. Now, just not too many left, just like you said. 20 players remaining though. It's going to start to slow down just a little bit here from Demo because he wants to make it towards that next threshold.
He knows the players inside. Remember, yeah, you place your jump pad for me, and I'm gonna eliminate you.
And high ground, are you kidding me, Demo? Takes the opportunity there, and is it gonna be more? One more? Yes, he does. Zaspy goes down, and he gets a little bit of materials to maintain this for just a little bit. But still,
health.
2 more zones to go, so he's not all the way. Bizzle, his duo is still up, and he takes out Demo. They're gonna fight for it. Yes, he blocks him off. Bizzle's gonna continue though, because Demo knows he doesn't have the materials. Look at Bizzle's materials and the mobility. He has that rift to go. Knock somebody out in the sky right there with the ball.
I was hoping we're going to see a build fight, but they know that is not very advantageous for them.
Bizzle, he's seeing flashbacks right now from one of the EU games. Unfortunately, here's Joseph. Does take him out. Got a little bit more mobility as well and materials. Now Colin Frags takes the high ground. He takes that opportunity. But Demo's still up right now.
Yeah, Demo is a low ground warrior right now. Clay looking to take that high ground away. Bizzle's dropped down a little bit. Demo did get brought down. He was super low health. And we got Bizzle now, 8 rockets on him, trying to continue to hold his top spot. Top earner, taking out Clay right now. 2 eliminations.
Nice shot there. Knocks down using the RPG perfectly to reset high ground, but another one coming in from somebody else. He's got to be careful now. Oh, is he going to get it? Yeah, no, just barely.
Quick
nice block
by that opponent right now.
And that's going to be really important, reloading this, and he's going to hold now and cause chaos all the way through. There's that rift to go. It's everybody's coming up right now. Oh, somebody landed on him. He's going to be down to 5 HP, but he just barely gets in the zone, going to build down his own lair. He's got to stay here now. Got to maybe try to get this Chug off. I don't see any opportunity, any possibility that he can get it. He's going to need a siphon, but there's only 2 players right now. Oh, no, there's 6 left right now. They're all up in the air.
Bizzle's in a great position now to try and take out any of the low ground warriors. Clarity and Tino hopefully will engage. If Bizzle's able to get this elimination, he will get the siphon, the extra health, but we got Clarity on that ultimate high ground. Colin Frakes right below him. Colin taking down Lanson.
Yeah, Colin taking down Lanson, but only 5 left. Everybody's going to want to hunt for this win. Everybody's going to start to play super carefully. It's the last zone.
Bizzle,
there's 40 seconds right now. Bizzle did get that siphon, like you said, on the Tino right now. So he's still probably only 70 HP, but here, another one. Colin Frags takes out Crumble, and it's Clarity G on high ground. He's slowly going down. He has a lot of materials. He has the slurp juice. He can pop this, and he can go for the heal up. Now, Bizzle versus Colin Frags. This is the important fight, and the timing that Clarity G drops down is going to be important as well. Bizzle goes down. Colin Frags takes him out. Now, it's on to Clarity against Colin Frags. Clarity with the high ground. What can he do? He's looking for the edits. Nice play there. Colin sneaking his way in
He's
with
not
that.
Popping it.
Yeah, not popping the slurp just yet, but Colin Frags slowly. They're both making sure they stay in the zone as long as possible. There's the first campfire. Does he have more? That's important. Is Clarity also going to decide? No, he's going to actually just pop that slurp and start chasing. Colin Frags also deciding. He's going to go out to the side. The AR is coming in. Is he going to knock him down? No, Clarity backs off onto it. What a fight here. Colin does go down and eventually it's going to be Clarity G with the win there, the Victory Royale.
Clarity taking that win with the 2 eliminations, but we did see Colin getting that second point place. He was on 5 eliminations, both ending the match with the equal points.
Equal points. But we'll see where everything is going to end up here in NA East. We do have Monster standing by.
Hey, Monster.
Thank you guys for that awesome end game there. For a second, I thought I was going to see Bizu and Demo take each other out. Shout out to Clarity, really coming up big that last game right there. And we saw him making a show yesterday. But speaking about people making a show and people coming up, let's catch up with Sundown. Sundown, what's going on, man?
Thank you so much, Monsters. So in terms of that last block, we're going to take a look at some of the victory royales that came out and how these players are able to close it out, because sometimes it takes a little something different. So particularly on this one, Mayo with the quad campfire goes out super early. The storm in this phase does 10 damage per tick. If you have 4 campfires, which is 2 per tick, Monster, you're then only taking 2 damage. You get 50 seconds to hang out. Lupien finally realizes this last minute, is able to shoot out 2 of the campfires, but still not enough time as Mayo is able to make sure he doesn't get dropped down. He also says, hey, take that L as we transition on into the next one. N to the J, ratting around on this low ground, but the thing I want to notice here, or note here, is how he's able to dictate the flow of the play from the low ground here, Monster. He makes the high ground player come down and have to fight him and gets himself in an advantage situation when he really shouldn't have had one.
Let's go ahead and see how that kind of plays out here. So clearly this player is really high up here.
And as he's able to like build out, gets the one wall in the way, and he shoots the waterfall down, forcing the redeploy, and then it's just all about ducking, diving, and using the shots, and actually uses the power plant structure there to his advantage, hiding his character model inside of it, but then on the right hand. And now, one of my personal favorites, I called him out at the start. Look at the loadout, first of all. Has the uncommon tack, not even a pump to his name, but that's all he needs. Picking up his 3rd elim there on the door edit, but he's not done. Look at how he's able to rat around on this bottom, tarp himself out, tunnel all the way through, and he's just looking to find other shots as it's closing out. Finds that player off on the side, utilizing the high rate of fire of the tack to just tag these players as they run around and not give them a second. And the poison trap was huge, knowing he only needed to take that much more. And now again, it's a 1v1, v1, v1 here. And again, just covering himself. Jenkins picks up Chandler. So now he hears the other players fighting, knows that the siphon is eventually going to go off. So he's gonna have to get aggressive here despite him covering himself. As soon as they commit, note how he jumps out and he's looking, because you have to go chasing. If the other player gets the siphon, you're not gonna get it. Top Gun does get it, but then he chases in and finds Top Gun, all from that uncommon tack shotgun. Vivid saying, I don't need the best loadout. I just need the tools in order to enable me, and I'll do the rest with my decision making, my position. I mean, it was nuts, Monster.
That was definitely pretty interesting. You don't see the tactical coming in play very often, let alone multiple elims at the end there. But we have more games, so we're going to be jumping back in with Balla and Kitty here, guys. Go ahead and take over.
Hey, thanks, Monster. Is Vivid making the tactical shotgun the new wave, Balla?
I don't know about that.
Do I have to start
I've been seeing it, you know. Maybe it's the new wave, but regardless, I think players are still gonna prefer the better thing they can get, which is that legendary pump shotgun. If you get that, you gotta play with it. Oh, speaking of pump shotguns, there's that epic one that's gonna do really well onto Shamrocks for Nando.
Interesting loadout here. 12 stack of minis with that boom bow, with the silenced AR. Interesting choice not to have the SMG. Maybe it wasn't a choice, but he is on 5 eliminations, so.
Gotta use that launch pad to get through, because otherwise he's gonna continue to pressure him. Is he gonna get out? That's the question. No, Damien's unfortunately takes him out.
Why do you have to spectate like that, man? That was a sad story we had to watch. Not able to utilize those 12 minis. Maybe someone will be able to pick it. We're coming in now on Damien's. Now this is the kind of loadout that we've been seeing today. Getting that Rift to go, having that heavy shotgun with the epic pump shotgun as well. This is ideal.
This is a pretty interesting decision here. He's actually going to take the risk to go for this drop. Going to drop it right back down and then edits that wall back. That's going to make it forced to go down inside of the wall. Nice play there from Damians. Knows how to get those drops. He's going to find a Chug Jug for his troubles.
Find a Chug Jug for his troubles. We'll have a new zone coming up soon. We got Cease in this lobby. We have been seeing him a little bit over the past couple days. Incredible player, really coming online over in the January event this year, winning that actually.
Yeah.
And now we see Damians. We're back in with him. We just got that supply crate. Was able to get the Chug Jug off, which as we get into these later zones, it becomes a lot more difficult or impossible.
It does. Almost impossible. We
That
saw
was good timing.
Bizzle tried to use one. He actually ended up not using it. But we'll see. Nice picks out the little baller there. That's going to be a wrap for that. That guy's not going to have a trip here. Closer inside of that baller. He's actually going to take out Tyler's who was healing. Nice awareness there from Damien. He's going to go for the loot too. This is definitely courageous, I must say. He's
His
going
resources right now were a little scuffed, though. Doesn't pick up as many as I think he wanted to. That was bare minimum coming off. Nice stack. Oh no, that's pretty bare
a
minimum
little bit
coming
of
off
Philly.
Tyler's.
He's so close. Look, there's still a trap out there, so maybe the materials are somebody else.
Baller, though.
He does have a baller. He's going to escape. He's going to use that rift that we talked about. Pick up some dynamite as well.
6 dynamite to boot. Awesome setup. We see in these end games when players decide to use the dynamite on the smaller zones, it does the blast radius of that zone. But we got tons of players battling for that ultimate high ground right now. Aroa, we've really seen him make a name for himself yesterday. Huge elimination game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. Yes, he did end up winning that, but still, there's a bunch of players gliding right now, so somebody could land on him at any second. We're going to go ahead and stay down on the low ground right now. Lyrison there. Voil, we saw him have a pop-off performance in the first couple of NA East games, but here come the dynamite. It's raining on in. He has a lot of them, too, and he's spending them a little bit early in my choice.
Use it right now, yeah. Really early.
Definitely early. Remember, Kitty just said it does have the radius of a zone, so when you use it later on, it can be better, but he still has 2 left, so he can still take that opportunity. He did find 1 on the rotate. That's good for him as he stops to use those small shield potions.
Maybe it's the pressure of his lower health. He wants to get that siphon elimination right now, but definitely the longer you hold on to it, the more valuable it will become. Angelo now we're spectating. Great loadout, having the pump, having the silenced AR. We've seen a lot of players able to utilize that like huge ways.
Yeah, and one thing to note there, when he was tunneling, nice shot on the back of this player. He's going to edit down. No, he's going to box up, so that's good. Angelo. Oh, he does get in the box, though. Jordan gives him the opportunity. I was going to say, when he tunnels, watch exactly as he goes out, how he jumps. Make sure that he jumps to not only get the wall. Oh, my goodness.
That was Aroa.
That was Aroa, indeed.
How did he let him do that?
He was trying to take an opportunity to take a Chug Jug, I think, and unfortunately, he goes down, but now Angelo, good tunneling, good awareness, and it's Cease on high ground.
Oh, Cease, I would really like to see him be able to pull one off today. We got a ton of players here on that low ground, lots in the mid ground, and Chad down there, super low health. Wild just went down.
So many players just went down right now. Angelo actually went to use the clingers, and he picked up the Chug Jug, and he has 4 campfires. Look at that. That's unbelievable. We'll see, though, if he's going to make it to be able to use those. They are very good to just get a little bit of a top off on your white health right there. And now, Cease still in high ground, I believe. There's 13 players left. We're coming down to it. Last zone has been revealed. It's going down into the little former corrupted zone near Pleasant Park here. Angelo looking for an opportunity through this peak box. This is something that you don't see too much in endgame, but there he does actually know. Somebody else picks it up, so he's not going to get the elim for that. No point there. 9 players left. And we'll see. Believe Cease is still on high ground. That's going to be the one that I'm going to be very curious about, because Angelo's for sure still pressuring through this. And that player edited down, he's going to continue to chase. But again, he doesn't get the elim. That's Upsilon goes down. Carbo goes down as well after picking up that one, so he gets traded out. And somebody else the edit down on the T-Chad.
His elimination secures that for that, and another campfire, 5 campfire.
Yeah, another campfire. We'll see whether it's going to come down to that. That's the important part right now. Angelo going all the way. He's only at top 6 right now. Is he going to edit down and continue this? There it is. Lyrison actually on high ground. Cease must have fought him
I think
before.
Cease is still up there.
Yeah, maybe. Lyrison coming down with the fury as he goes right on top of Angelo, but that's going to cost him as he goes down to that one guy. Fortunately for him, Moho takes out Artsy. And now Angelo keeping up the pressure. He's going to be able to drop down into this 4 players left. Oh, going back to the zone. That's a rotate. That's so good, but no. Now he has to come out, edit through this door. Yes, he does. Does he get it? Oh my goodness, what?
What?
What was that,
Wait,
Angelo? I
wait.
did not even see that
Wait.
player appear on the screen
Wait.
right there. There was 2 in a row.
Wait.
I don't know what I just saw because that was unbelievable by Angelo. What the heck?
We might need to get a replay on that one later. I don't know, production. I don't how
Oh,
that
my
just
goodness.
happened. Those 3 eliminations back to back to back.
And he didn't
Awesome
stop.
job.
He didn't stop all the way through. But we're not stopping either. As we go into this next game, look at that assault with 3 eliminations before. We saw that Ghost versus Ghost. We wanted it to happen with Demo and Bizzle, but we actually got it with Innocence
We
and
got
Assault
a
this
taste
time.
of it. It just was not completed. We might still see it. The day's not over, and the weeks of qualifying are not over either. Here we got Jinx, 3 big pots, great positioning, trying to get these shots in on his opponent, but his opponent's building just in time. He's able to sneak some shots in the meantime with the SMG.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. That SMG with the high rate of fire can shred through those builds. Is he gonna be able to get any damage? No, not just yet, but this player's starting to get focused by somebody else as well. You gotta be careful there. That's what you wanna do. Make sure you build off away from the players who are gonna try to focus you. And Jinx does not want anything. He's actually gonna say, hey, hold on, don't leave. I want in. Come
Wow,
on.
I think he got a taste of that. Oh, great HP. He knew his opponent was low, not giving him a chance to breathe and take a mini, but gets the elimination.
Yeah, and there,
And
the choice.
this nice little loadout.
Yeah, he dropped actually the silenced SMG there for the AR. It's getting close to that end game, so we'll see whether that decision is going to cost him. But that AR is still such a solid weapon towards the end game. And now onto Assault. Remember, he has 3 eliminations already. Stop 38. Look, he does have a baller. So he's making his way, looking for shots
3
right now.
boogie bombs too.
3 boogie bombs. That's very important. Remember, you can get the players out of the ballers with the boogie bombs. So Assault knows what he's doing. And also, thing to note, he's boxing up his baller and he's looking for opportunities to take shots because you have to get those eliminations if you want a chance to qualify here. Top 6 from this tournament right now in NA East are going to go through to New York.
Yep, every single elimination gives you a point towards that leaderboard. And as we've seen in the previous qualifiers, today, every single point counts. One of the events today was it Europe?
Yeah.
We had a 3-way tie, and it was that Victory Royale that was able to figure out who
bring
was
him over.
the winner. And just intense stuff. You really need to be meticulous with everything. But if there's anyone that is, it is these Ghost players.
Ooh, what is that?
Hello?
Assault. Oh my goodness,
Hello?
those shots there. That was absolutely
Someone
disgusting.
did their aim training today.
Yeah. Oh, another
Yeah,
one.
yep, all right.
Assault is a Spartan Jaguar as he takes him out. Hey, now he gets into the baller and he's going to go on his way.
It's epic. That's all that we know.
Yeah, that's for sure. Maybe he'll kick somebody off a mountain later on once he takes the high ground with that baller, but we'll go ahead and see. I see Upsilon in the background. I see Philly. Philly's somebody that we've been keeping an eye on, and Commandment as well. He did so well yesterday.
This is another Roa game as well. He has, as usual, the ultimate high ground. We got Madden. We're going to take a little spectating on him now. He's got a nice little loadout to work with.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of players really just utilizing that AR.
Oh,
with
Sean
that pump shot.
Bodman. Unfortunately, he's going to go down, but
Oh.
Commandment is going to be able to pick up his match just in time as he makes his way into zone.
the
But
zone
he
shift
does
in
pay.
his favor.
Oh, nice. That is so key. Is he's going to have time to not only use this big pot, those mini potions, he's also going to be able to have time to use those band-aids. Good call there, Kitty.
Yeah, he's great for him. He has a lot of bandages to work with. We're coming down now on Eva. Such low health. Able to get 1-0. Picks up a stack of mini potions.
Oh, there's somebody in this
Thankfully-
box. Another player
two
comes in.
people in that box. Ooh, the poison trap does go off on them. Remember, their radius
nice.
is 3 blocks.
Yes. He takes out Assault and Joy with that.
I didn't even know Assault was on the low ground there.
Yeah,
Must
he
have
did
dropped
get an
down
elimination right
for the
before.
rotation. Insane job by Eva, going from that 5 health point to almost full.
Yeah, with those 2 eliminations there, the poison trap to boot. Here's Voil. He had such a pop-off game before, top 15 right now. Looking at what he's got. Look at where he's looking for. Yeah, the
7
resources.
zones sitting on 130 resources. We see how quickly these players expend that. He needs to get a free body,
Yeah.
but it doesn't pick up the resources. He's out.
Yeah.
Totally out. Can't find them. I think they dropped down.
Must have. And he's going to have to drop down as well. Hold on, somebody else is going to drop down. No. Is he going to find it? Yes, Word Pro. Unfortunately, you got to pay attention because
Get the resources.
he did find a little bit of resources. Not too many, though.
worth it?
That's not going to last him through. Bliss is going to go on to Wavy. Not finding that one just yet. Actually, Wavy cracks right back onto Bliss. Nice play there.
Jinx going down to Ensarxers. Not sure how I say that name. Now we're coming in on Wall. This is the final 7 situation. These guys have made it into the top 25, into the top 10.
I don't
almost
like-
the top 5.
They're all fighting down on low ground right outside the hill right now, and that's going to be an issue, especially for
Someone's
Voyle. He's
gonna
going to
pick.
try to make through. Is he going to take out Eva to get up? No, it's Commandment. He's making a peek box, and he's going to get both of them. Eva and Voyle go down. Top 4 now, Kitty.
That is exactly the shotgun shot that you want to have on those opponents. He's got enough resources to work now. They're going back down the mountain, though. Tigers, ultimate high ground. Woot Wavy cannot take a single point of damage, or he will be eliminated. Able to pop small shield just in time. Ooh, with those stink grenades coming in from. Oh, that's actually a poison trap.
Yeah, and Ticker's on high ground right now. He's going to start pressuring. He does take out Wavy. A rift goes off. Who is up there right now? Oh, the player all the way from low ground. Tickers is going to try to take him down, but Commandment takes that opportunity to take a shot onto Tickers. But Tickers did take out Yak right there with the symbols as well. Commandment now on high ground. It's going to be a high ground versus high ground fight. Commandment drops out to the side. That's such a common Commandment play. I've seen him do it time and time again. There, the double edit. He does get a nice shot, but the edit down from Tickers in there. Commandment follows right up. I think he just jumped off the side and got the shot. That is a risky play, but it paid off there for Commandment.
He didn't take storm damage. Commandant got it midair as he was falling.
Yep, he just jumped right out, and oh my goodness, that is that's
playing that risky at this high level of gameplay right now is absolutely insane. Of these players, so much confidence coming out here.
Yeah, and the risky plays are going to be the ones that end up clutching your points all the way through. So now, looking here into this game, Pistola with 4 eliminations. Eclipse, I saw somebody up there as well. Furious, we saw him a lot yesterday in the semifinals. Looking at here, this Heavy Snipe reloading that kitty.
Yeah, those 4 stink grenades too. We've seen how valuable those have been to players today, utilizing the poison trap walls, the stink grenades, anything that causes that tick damage. Also, we were talking about earlier how the stink grenade really allows you to track. Oh, and a quad crasher. Hello, I haven't seen those today yet.
Just parked it in his little base here. He actually moved it.
I don't even know how he landed it on that mid ground there either.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you know, these guys are so good. And actually, is he going to take a shot here at this player gliding in? The redeployment.
Did he do his aim training? No, he
not
didn't.
just yet. Oh my goodness, Zasty goes down in the distance
that
there, right
was
in the
a spectator
river.
glitch. It looked as if he was not there, but here he is taking shots on his opponent right now. Missed the first few, but might connect.
Yeah. And back to that quad crasher really quickly. Eclipse building it into the zone, or moving it into the zone so he could use it for the next rotation. Here's Vivid. He's low HP, but he's got the 50 shield right now. Got to find some time to get those band-aids, but he does get shot in the back as well. So unfortunately getting focused, he's going to take the time to mini right up. Does he have the time to take the bandages too?
He is within the zone. Zone closing in 1 second. We're gonna have a moving zone though, 30 seconds, and look how far he has to go, all the way across the zone.
That's a heart sinker for sure. As he does make this edit there, Frostio is actually gonna give him a little bit of a heart lift.
And do you see that?
Yep.
You see what I see?
Yep, exactly. I mean, you talk about
big rotation, what?
you talk about a gift there. Frostios comes into his box. Vivid takes the wall there and just goes right through.
Take that mini shield. Does need to rotate in. I think everyone's just so focused on their rotation, they're not looking back at this area.
Yeah. Nobody looking back right now. He's going to go right on top of Hershey bars. Another rift goes off, so we'll see whether that's going to happen here.
Oh, Vivid going down to Fastly on the low ground.
Yeah, and now onto Diamond.
Joseph, actually.
Joseph takes him out. Yeah, that's a good call right there. Diamond looking to separate himself a little bit so he can get some of this small shield potions off.
And a big one.
And a big pop, possibly. No, is he going to have time? Possibly not.
On him.
Yes, he is. He's going to have time right now. Look at everybody looking for to get the positions. Godnik goes down to Pistola. That's the 4th elim there, but he's going to go down. Twiz takes him out. Exus on high ground. Anybody above him? That's the question.
Looks like the opponent above him was eliminated. Maybe to gas? Because a big pile of loot right there is able to get ultimate high right now. branching out. Lots of players fighting on that mid ground. Diamond making a slow fall down.
Yeah.
Nobody noticing it.
We heard him use that rift so long ago, and he's still just chilling up here.
And he said, if no one's going to shoot at him, why?
Yeah,
you know,
everybody,
no
you
rush.
guys can take each other
I'll
down
take
on
top
the low
10.
ground. Yeah, exactly. And he's in the top 15 just barely. If he goes down now, that would be rough. No, he's not going to go down. Look at that redeploy, actually. Oh, he's going to land on the high ground. That's such a clutch play. He takes the opportunity when it presents itself as Diamond. He's going to go right back down, though, as he realizes he's going to get knocked out. So he just builds back onto the remaining mid-ground tarps. Nice play there from Diamond. He's going to take some shots as well. 3 ballers.
Trying to make a play for high ground. We've seen how quickly the baller, if utilized correctly, can take that high ground, hop out, and pump the player that is there right now. Cloud getting an elimination. Flyfest going down. Lots of players in this zone. 11 left.
Oh, this guy, he wants to take high ground right now. But just like you said, 11 left now, top 10. Next threshold is the top 5. That's where these players want, and all the elims is possible. This guy still wants to fight for high.
Woo! JDW.
He's going to get eliminated. Yeah.
Just within top 10. Diamond still having high ground, looking to waterfall a little bit. Ooh, Rage Master coming through, but he's ready with the pump. He's so low in the zone.
Unfortunately, he's panicking a little bit, but he is going to take down Rage Master as he goes down the zone as well.
Well, taking out a few of those ballers now, shredding through the shield of his opponent. Ooh.
Top 8 right now. That last zone is going all the way. Elinator right now in a baller. Another one of those players who does his studies. He's been playing for so long. Young guy. Let's see what he can do. Wiggs, a former console player. He's upgraded to a PC since Winter Royale. The only console player to qualify for Winter Royale. But Joseph is going to go down to reloads. And now he actually took ultimate high way up there with the ball. You can see it fell all the way down. Now Diamond continuing to see whether he can get more eliminations. He's going forward. Wiggs actually went down to Exus. He must be up there. Top 6 right now. Oh, that shot just comes through just barely. Wiggs is going to take the worst of that right now. He's actually got no material, so he's going to try to get away from the player on high ground. Oh, this edit coming through. Oh, nice jump over.
Shot doesn't matter. Follows up with the SMG, gets that elimination and that siphon. Able to push now into the zone. Has that mini pod available if he's able to find time. 4 players remaining in this zone. Exus and Ella and Nader in that high ground. Diamond and 10-bit is sad in that low ground. Are they going to have to move up this mountain now?
Yeah, this is right on the edge of the mountain. It's going to actually end up down below, not on the mountain at all. As Elevator takes a nice shot at Exus there. Top 3, now he's going to take another shot. Where are the rest of the players? That's what Elenator's wondering right now. FA Diamond goes down actually to Elenator from the zone. He's going to get that elimination credit, but this player's healing. Elenator's going to go for it, but 10-bit just tried to get anything off. He just got stuck down below, and Elenator with the victory royale. Nice play there. 3 eliminations to his name as well.
Great job by Elenator. Amazing use of the high ground, knowing when you got it, knowing when you can secure it, but still making aware that there could be someone healing, going for that aggressive push when he knew that he couldn't be walking through the zone any longer. And now we're right into another game, Bob.
Yeah, right into another game. That's our style here at the World Cup qualifiers. Week 1. Now NAE starting to wrap up. 6 players here are going to qualify, and it's going to be anybody here in this. We'll see who it's going to be. That's the question right now.
Who it's going to be indeed. Yes, only 6 spots for this East. We are almost wrapped up on East too.
Yeah. And don't forget the format, guys, if you're just joining us. It is going to be a format that's used in the arena mode. There is 10 points up for placement, and then each elimination is going to be a point. Lamar looking for one of those right now.
Going out in the action feed.
Yeah. And in terms of those placement points, actually, Lamar's going to continue down onto this player right now, looking for it. Is he going to find it? No, not just yet. Still fighting for it. We'll get back to the format in a second there. Another one of those. That's 1 point right there. And in terms of the placement, 10 points up for grabs. Top 25 is going to give you 3. Top 15 is going to give you 2. Top 5 is going to give you another 2. And then the victory out, another 3. So that's what these players are fighting for. That's what they're trying to get.
Got a lot of big names in this lobby. Lyricin, Wifo, Destroy, Cloak, Lamar. Amazing players who have already made a name for themselves and now looking to get in on that world's prize pool.
That world's prize pool is so solid, but this weekend, right now, they're fighting for $1 million over all 6 regions. Lamar looking to see whether he's going to be able to get himself a little chunk of that prize for sure. at this point.
Not believe the strength of these SMGs. These players really utilizing them perfectly. Lamar coming past Lenane in that 1x1 cloak right below. Connor Rio is there as well on a little bit of a basement 1x1.
Yeah.
And Lamar needs to find a chance to take this big pot. He's got no more resources though.
I'm impressed by how far he's made it with just the little materials, but finally he's going to go down. Rogue Shark takes the opportunity there. Lyrison, we also saw there Symphony in this game. Thwifo, Predator, oh my goodness, Hydra as well. Everybody's showing up to the Fortnite World Cup qualifiers here.
I love it. Old names, new names, and we were talking about this earlier. If you are just joining us and you are making a name for yourself in this community, you see us casting your games, reach out to us on Twitter @BalaTW, @KittyPlays. Tell us about your story or your friend's story. We want to hear it. We want to talk about it. We want to share the community with each other. Amazing players coming out of this event right now.
Yeah, and here's Gage on the low ground. He's in a little bit of a pickle, but he's got that blue tactical shotgun right here. He's trying to find it. Yes, he's going to get one. He got to get another. No, he's going to go down. Gage, unfortunately, is going to fall to the zone.
Isn't the wave?
And Kydra as well, the player he was going for. Look how many players just went down. Destroy. You got to make it out, please.
Come
you got
on,
to get out.
control.
That's a wrap for him. And AJ and Buildover fighting on the edge of the zone again as well. Another one of these fights. AJ finally going to go down. He was so low HP. It's going to be difficult to make it out. He's got to have to maybe go through Buildover, but no. Regardless, that's a wrap for him.
Yeah, this is one of those zones we were talking about yesterday where you're having to push up these mountains. It is so difficult for these players to be able to strategize. There's a lot of chaos going on. You can get blocked in really easily. Lenane going down right there. We got Waipo and Cease right next to each other, trading walls in the low ground, build over, trying to get shots on the guys in the high ground.
Yeah, trying to get shots on them, trying to reset there. Nice play. Jinjabao goes down, unfortunately for him, but Build Over starting to rack up the eliminations here. 19 left, and it's starting to get close to that top one that we're talking about. The placement point so important. He takes out Connor Rio as well. And who's this? He's going to go ahead with the compact SMG, try to pressure, continuing on. Where is he going to go? Is he going to get it? No, not just yet.
Okay.
There it is. Mr. Dong, are you serious, Build Over? I thought you were going to get another one, but no, Archie's going to take him out, and now it's top 13. So 2 of those thresholds have already passed, and it's going down to the wire. 2 zones left. This zone closes in 2 seconds.
Top 13 in the 7th zone right now. So many players eliminated because of this more difficult zone coming up and over the map in this mountain. Cloak trying to take that high ground with his baller. Waipo manages to secure it. Sees shooting up.